Good afternoon there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TEC Gauntlet Season 1 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen. I'm your coach, Assassin 47. Joining me on the desk is the ever-dashing aggressive. And today, we've got some interesting matchup lined up for you guys as well. Starting off with Force One Esports and Team Moon, which is definitely going to be a banger of a game. But before all that, aggressive, how are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling great, and I'm excited for this matchup because it's been a really long time since we last seen Force One come under the spotlight, and to see them here once again in one of the biggest tournaments, and them being in that spotlight, Team Moon, they have the work cut out for them. But before we head into this nitty gritty of this matchup, let's go onto the map video screen and see where we're going to be headed for the first battleground to go on through, because now on the map of Bind in particular, I'm really going to be looking towards the side of Force One to probably take this away, because we have seen how deadly they can be on this map in particular, especially with Scar God going onto the Brimstone. But after the recent changes and now that Astra is available for the agent selection, this could change up a lot of things, because we don't know how good Scar God is going to be on that Astra, or if he even wants to pick that Astra up for his team.
Through that, I mean, see, the map veto looks really good in terms of Force One Esports his pick, of course, but at the same time, Team Moon, they're a team that love to play the map of Bind and Ascent, so it's really a feel good moment for everyone right now, the viewers, the casters, and the players themselves. That this specific map veto, it sort of focuses on both teams rather than just becoming a one-sided affair. But at the same time, Force One Esports, they have been struggling in their previous games, and in some other tournament they did lose out against a team like JMA's Esports as well. So Team Moon, them being a star team in the making, I am definitely sure that they are going to give a tough fight to a team like Force One Esports. Or if Force One Esports, they've got their stuff back together, then it's going to be a tight affair for sure. Let's take a quick look at the agent selection screen as well, aggressive, where from the side of Force One Esports, we're going to be seeing Scar God as always on the Astra. The man fulfills the role of the controller in the team. We're going to be seeing Rafa on the Raze. Shivi is going to be playing the Breach. Knight Rider on the Jet. And RVK is going to be playing Sova. Interesting to see this, by the way, because RVK usually plays a Sentinel as well, usually the Cypher. And it's good to see, RVK picking up that Sova, and Shivi is going to be going on the Breach. From the side of Team Moon, however, we're going to be seeing a Site on the Jet, Kawai on the Sova, Flex on the Raze, Astronaut on the Brim, and Inflix is going to be playing the Cypher as well. Really good pickups coming in from both of these teams, by the way, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait to see what these guys are going to do on the map of Bind.
I'm very confused by this pickup from Shivi. I understand what they were trying to pull off with this Breach pickup, but the double initiator, especially on the map of Vine, where you expect the Sky to be a little bit more potent in comparison to the Breach, I am a little bit iffy, and I don't know how I feel about this matchup, primarily because, hey, it's Shivi on the Breach. Yes, it's super powerful, and we know how deadly he can be, but at the same time, when you look at the composition, it's quite difficult to get a lot of value out of it as well, because you need to consider, yes, the gravity walls are very powerful coming on down from the side of Scar God. He can use his stuns, he can use his smokes to set up the breach for a lot of his flashes, but at the same time, it doesn't really work that well together. We may just see them split themselves up playing two different sidelines. For example, Scar God and Rafa are going to be playing together, pulling off the Astra and Raze combination, while on the other side, it's going to be Knight Rider and Shivi pulling off their signature duo of the Jet Flash and Dash combo. So,
Yep.
in a way, I understand what they're trying to do. But from the side of Team Moon, they're playing very textbook. They have the setup that we always knew and loved. It's going to be the Brimstone coming on through. And personally, I love the Brimstone on Vine, but they should have opted to maybe go in for a Viper to have that pseudo Sentinel controller on their side.
So yeah, really looking forward to what exactly both of these teams are going to bring on the table as well for this specific map. Right now, we're going to jump straight into the pistol round where Force One Esports, their jet player, their star jet player, there's Knight Rider is also already going to be getting himself a frag on towards Inflix, and we are going to be seeing Scar God holding on over towards the TARS position, looking for any sorts of entry coming out from the side of Team Moon, and it looks like the Team Moon, they're already committing over towards the A side with all of these smokes and a barrage of utilities being used. The spike is being planted by Kawai, and I guess this 5 vs 4 retake should definitely go into the favor of Force One Esports aggressive.
Flex taking around that corner is going to be able to get a little bit of damage for himself. And Rafa, he makes that push happen, but the Prince is just too powerful down on those close corner angles. So the push through that smoke is not going to be helpful
One
whatsoever.
enemy remaining.
It's going to be the Jet being able to get one kill, Flex from the sidelines being able to shut down another. And already it seems as though Force One, they dropped the ball in this round. They tried to go in for a lot of these fights solo, and Knight Rider, he only has 25 HP up to go in for those shots, but the headshot just does not connect. Instead, it's going to be Askel being able to just turn around pretty much instantly, take him on out with a body shot. And with that, it's 0 and 1 on the scorecards already. And Assassin, that was a little bit hard to watch because we pretty much was sure that this was the round for the side of Force One, but they were just running in one by one, and that just caused them to lose out in this round completely.
Through that, I mean, Force One Esports, as I said, right before the retake actually started, I was like, this 5 assists for retake should pretty much be very easy for the side of Force One Esports, but oh my. The aggressiveness coming in from Acete and Flex over towards the UL's position, it actually turned the tables for Force One Esports, and well, they were left out in the dust on the map of Bind. It's going to be Force One Esports to try and hold on over towards the B side with whatever they've got, and you know, Team Moon. They are going to try and move in over towards the B side as well. They're going to be spotting out both of these players, and it is going to be Astronaut and Flex to get the frag on towards Rafa and Shivi respectively. Flex, on the other hand, is going to further push in, and this guy is just not going to leave his finger from the W key.
Spike planted.
I really like the execution speed coming on down from the side of Team Wins, because the way that they are rushing down every single one of these sides, they're just so clean as well. They seem to not be stopping whatsoever, no matter what kind of strategies are being pulled out from the side of Force One. And it seems as though Shivi is not able to match the timings that you would normally do when it comes down to a lot of his flashes, because I like in this scenario Astro understanding that, hey, probably there's going to be a breach flash coming on through, because we did spot out Knight Rider and Knight Rider and Rafa holding down from that angle, basically meaning that, hey, if I start pushing on up, I'm probably going to be able to get that first initial kill before the flash goes on through. Understanding that just catches Shivi off guard completely because he wanted to look on behind him to get a kill down on the Flex. Did not happen. Good entry, good kills to take away that anti-eco round in their favor. 0-2 on the scorecards, but still, this is going to be the first buy round now coming on down from the side of Force One. So here's where they need to make their stand. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that Force One, they're going to be in a massive deficit because of the snowball effect that composition has. If Force One is not careful, things could just go out of their hands.
I actually missed out on a little bit of a detail as well, right? I'm definitely going to get to that. Let's quickly take a look at this specific round, and then I'm going to fill you guys in on that specific information as well. For now, though, it is going to be Acete to take control over towards the U-Haul's position, and there's going to be a little bit of a paint shell move being made by Rafa. And Rafa is going to further aggressive over towards the U-Haul's, get himself a frag as well. Flex, on the other hand, finds himself a double. And this bonus round for Team Moon is kind of working out in their favor, as Force One Esports are once again in that man disadvantage. Now, Flex is pretty low, but at the same time, he is alive. So, staying alive is what matters the most. And with his ultimate, he might actually get a frag on towards Kargod. Oh, yes, he will. Down to a 2 versus 2, and it looks like that RVK is pretty damn low. One shotgun, and it should pretty much be it for him. And yep, RVK is going to be going down by the hands of Kabai, and it's going to be Inflix to end the round in style. Getting that bonus round of the favor, Team Moon have put up the third round of the board, and they have completely taken down the economy coming out from the side of Force One Esports. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the information that I was about to tell you guys is that Team Moon, they actually gave a really tough time to a team like Godlike Esports in another tournament on the map of Bind as well. Where Team Moon, they took away the map of Bind in such a fashionable way that Godlike Esports were not able to do anything. But then Godlike Esports, yeah, the rest of the two maps did go into the favor of Godlike Esports, where they, you know, quickly picked up the pace and they learned how exactly Team Moon are playing. But yeah, map of Bind is definitely a stronghold for Team Moon, and aggressive. We better look out for Team Moon.
That's for sure, and that round in particular, that was just so clean, but Kawhi, those shoulders were just so beautiful. Straight through the smoke as well. He didn't know where to run, he didn't want to hide. Flex, he tries to jump on it into the face of Skargod to try and kill him on out, but instead Skargod being able to take him down at the bare least, but in the long run, he's not going to be surviving for long himself. And from the front end, it's going to be Knight Rider going in for a massive flank of his own. Probably going to be able to get the first initial kill down on the one, but Kawhi, he smells him out and takes him out as well. And now Shivi, he's now down to a 1 versus 3 with just a sheriff in his hand, and probably going to be able to get a dig. Not going to be able to get that kill. Gets a Spectre for himself. At the bare minimum, pulls out that Phantom, gonna be able to get the first one, so this is very much possible. He has a rolling thunder in his hand. Will he be opting to use it? Is a real question. At rather than 1 HP, he needs to go for it. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, says Jimmy. He goes in for the full defuse. He's running it down forward. He knows for a fact Extra's holding down for the back end corner. And Jimmy on this breach is gonna be able to shut everyone down. 1 and 3 on the scorecards, and Jimmy, he's a clutch master as of right now. Terrific round coming on the board for the side of Force 1, ladies and gentlemen. And Jimmy hit that lost.
Careful there.
He definitely did. I mean, Shivi made sure that his abilities are going to go into the right direction, and Force 1 Esports, they are going to be able to get that first round of the board. Interesting one-on-one being played by Shivi, man. This guy never fails to entertain, and I guess Team Force 1 Esports finally getting that first round of the board. They are going to get that confidence back, and they're going to slowly but surely make that comeback, tie things up with the scoreboard, and take the lead against Team Moon as well. We definitely have to wait for that. Right now, Team Moon's economy is not that bad, so they are going to be able to eke out a bye, and they're going to go up against the operator coming out from the side of Force 1 Esports.
Okay, we slow down quite heavily. Scar got opting to go for that spam, but a pretty bad idea because you never want to spam from that corner with just that. The gravity wall was just so beautiful. Scar got not going to be able to get that kill, but RBK is going to be able to get a triple for himself, holding it down from the angle of Shower. 5 bullets left, probably going to be able to get one more. Using those 30 bullets in his arsenal beautifully. RBK with the 4K himself on the second round. It was Shivy being able to shut everyone down, getting a 4K. It's gonna be RBK instead this time around, using all the utility and the noise made by Scar got to full fruition. And finally, this is the thing that I wanted to come out down from the side of Force 1, using their utility to their advantage, because when you consider the composition advantage that they have so much utility. They have flashes, they have stuns, they have gravity walls, they have everything in their arsenal to shut down any sort of aggressive push that could be coming on down from the side of Team Moon. And in this round in particular, they did exactly that.
Yep, RBK stepping up big time for the team, and it looks like that RBK has finally activated himself as well. We are going to be seeing Force 1 Esports, who are going to put that operator to use towards the B-long position, and Knight Rider. Not like this. Shouldn't have aggressed in so much, and you're going to lose your life as well for that. With the jet getting taken down from the side of Team Force 1 Esports, it is going to be down to Rafa. A lot of it depends on this guy as well to stay alive and, you know, capitalize on top of most of the engagements that he's going to take as well against Team Moon. It is going to be time for RBK to pull out the Hunter's Fury as well. He's going to get some information, and the counter ult is going to come in from Kawhi. He's going to spot out RBK. He's going to try and, you know, catch him out as well, but unfortunately not going to be able to do any sort of damage whatsoever. In a 4-4 situation, Team Moon are the ones to be in a disadvantage, in my opinion, aggressive, because 2 of their players are kind of low. They did take some damage, and I guess Team Moon, they're... Oh, Flex has already sneaked in towards the B side, and he's coming in with a flank. Shivi is still holding on towards long, and I guess if Kawhi is not going to be careful about this player holding on towards long. Now see, the thing is that there can be a bit of a miscommunication here. As Flex cleared out the side, he might give out the information that, guys, the B side is clear.
30 seconds left.
And if Kawhi just goes ahead and walks in towards the crosses of Shivi, then this might be a bit of a problem. And there you go, Flex is going to catch Rafa while he's trying to rotate. This is incredible coming out from the side of Team Moon. They are going to take so much map control, and Flex is going to go ahead and ask the spike planter to plant the spike. And Shivi is going to ask his teammates to kindly come towards the B side so that they can go in for this retake in a 3 vs 3 situation.
Not gonna be the 3 vs 3 for long, because Astronaut from Silence is gonna be able to get one more RBK. He's still alive, he's still kicking, he spots out another one, tags him in the head, but gets tagged himself because of that operator. Both of them are just at 1 health, so maybe RBK will be able to find this one out. Not for the fact that one is holding down from the angle of spawn, but Tripwire finds him on out, and Inflix is gonna just peek out of the corner, shut him on down almost immediately. But Inflix, that was a really good Tripwire. I like what the side of Team Moon are doing. They're being very creative in the way they're holding down a lot of the sides, and they're using a lot of their utility, but you have to give it to the man of this round being Flex. Flex getting so much information and walking on down towards the side of spawn like that. Absolutely incredible. He had the nerves of steel to do that. Get that kill, give the information to his team, get the spike line down, and also Astronaut, beautiful one taps coming down from him to take it all away from the side of Force.
That's right. Force 1 Esports, you're going to be seeing them putting down 3 players on towards the B side, because maybe they are expecting Team Moon to move it over towards B, and I guess they're not that wrong. I mean, they're not that off from the target. They're somewhat there. We still do have 2 of the players from side Team Moon trying to, you know, find an opportunity, an avenue over towards the A side as well. There's gonna be a CT as well as Kawhi trying to do something towards A side. Knight Rider is holding the operator towards the Shahs, and I guess if Team Moon are gonna walk in towards the Shah's position right about now, they are not gonna find the operator, but instead they're gonna find an aggressive Scar God with his star lineups, and ooh, there you go. That's gonna be the Astra saying bye-bye to a CT, and the CT is gonna be the option of going in for that peak.
Good recon coming on down from RBK to just make sure that the smoke has been cleared on out. Nonetheless, Inflix does get spotted on out by Rafa, but Rafa, he doesn't want to give too much utility, understanding that, hey, Inflix is just a lurker, so the lurker has to be alone down onto this sideline unless the timing is already in their favor. Flex actually gets shot in the head by RBK when he was flying through the air with a sheriff. RBK, this guy is just cracked out of his mind. He spots out the gun barrel. He's going for a couple more. Beautiful one tap down onto another. Trying to find a kill down onto Astro. RBK is like, come back over here, Astro. I want to shut you down. But instead, it's going to be Knight Rider putting a bullet straight through his body to take him on out. But RBK, that shot was absolutely disgusting. Sadly, we were not able to get that down onto the camera. But oh my, I'm pretty sure that Flex in that situation jumped out of his chair and lived.
Well, RBK and his Reaver Sheriff still a better love story than Twilight. But at the same time, what happened to Flex? His I don't know what was that. Like his double satchel kind of failed, and I don't know why he was watching the ground. Like he should have just be aiming towards the octagons or something like that. But yeah, I kind of missed out your voice over there when I said still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah, that's one of my signature lines whenever I say something about them, but you just stole it away. But no harm, no foul. We're captains, we're friends, we can take each other's lines pretty much any time. But now, moving on back to the matchup, it's going to be RBK coming on through from the back end. He will shut down one. Knight Rider gets an operator shot down from the silence. And RBK, he's just having a field day. This Sova, he's just running around and shutting everyone down before they can even take a breath. And Force One, they had a rough start at the very beginning, but it seems that the both of these Sova players are just having a field day when it comes down to those sheriff shots. RBK from the sideline with a triple kill. Knight Rider with a double to shut everyone down. 4-4 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Force One. And it seems as though they cracked the code and they know exactly what the side of Team Moon are doing in all of their attacking rounds.
RBK used some sort of a utility, right? Oh yeah, that was the recon dart. Actually, when the recon dart, from the perspective, right, from the point of view of a CT, it looked like that RBK just threw the dart somewhere towards the sky. I thought that it went across the map, but then I just saw that it was just above the U-hauls as well. It was a nice recon dart, and that really gave a lot of information to the entirety of Force One Esports. And RBK, once again, is going to be using up that recon towards the Shah's position in order to gain some information if anyone from the side of Team Moon are outside the Shahs or not. For now, it is going to be time for Knight Rider to activate himself with the operator and that Ion operator. It is going to sing and it is going to keep singing as long as all of these players from the side of Team Moon are just going to walk into his crosshairs.
Maybe he's in a pretty good spot to get a couple of kills for himself. Flash in hand, probably to go in for it. He's that spot out multiple, but he's not gonna be able to get that kill. Going for that deep shimmy, shut them all down. Make them blind so that they can find out the sunglasses. Fully number one shimmy comes in from the side, like take them all out. But Assassin, you have to feel bad for them. Imagine a situation, the Breach has 3 flashes. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna try and kill him. He's just like, nope, 1 flash. Nope, 2nd flash. Nope, 3rd flash. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill you.
By the way, guys, just to let you know, there's a little bit of a poll going on in the chat as well, right? Between who exactly is going to be winning this specific match. Is it going to be Force One Esports or is it going to be Team Moon? So currently, the votes are in the favor of Force One Esports, where they have got themselves 78% of the votes. And it's truly interesting to see that a lot of people in the chat are indeed supporting Force One Esports right now. But not gonna lie, Team Moon, they definitely are something that you guys should not take lightly, and they're already giving a tough fight to a team like Force One Esports as well. Force One Esports, they are having a little bit of a problem when it comes to cracking down the offense coming down from the side of Team Moon, but at the same time, they are doing it in a really, really good way. I'm sorry.
Moving on back and trying to elaborate on the point they were making previously, the prime problem that Force One had initially trying to crack the code of the attack was due to the fact that they were being a little bit too aggressive in a lot of their peaks. But now they're not being as aggressive, they're being defensive, and they're trying to use their utility to catch the side of Team Moon off guard, and that's what's giving them the advantage every single time. They have so much utility to work with that the side of Team Moon, they can't cope up with it. How do you cope up with breach flashes, gravity wells, and also the paint shells coming on through? And now in this round, Rafa, he has his showstopper as well. So any form of execution that could be coming on through down onto any of these sidelines have just gone even harder. And Shivi, he has a rolling thunder. It's just all but over. It's the side of... Yeah, it's just happening.
No! What the hell? This is the second time that the Ryzen ultimate in the server is messing up. I guess Rafa is going to be blaming himself for that. He should have just aimed a little bit more to the ground. Or maybe the showstopper is just broken.
Sub-Rosa.
Yeah, sub-Rosa ult.
At this point, we just can't call it all that. But things are just
I mean, in
gonna be
India, there is a little bit of a different tradition, right? It's called the Hikka ult.
Oh yes, the Hikka. We always can never forget about that. You guys probably watching the stream and be like, Assassin, what are you saying at this point? You're not supposed to tell everyone that. You're not supposed to bring up fake memories again.
I mean, I'm definitely sure that Hikka loves me as well, so not a problem. He's not gonna go full. He's not gonna go full ham on towards me. But right now, it looks like that Asite might just go full ham over towards the UO's position because there is a player right around the corner. But no, Asite gets caught in that gravity well, and Skargod is gonna be using his abilities in such a way that it gives Force One Esports the advantage that they so badly need as well. Down with Inflix in a 1 versus 4. The man is known as one of the best ciphers in the country, so let's see if he's going to be able to do something or not. In this 1 versus 4, he has to face off 4 of the angry defenders, and I guess Skargod is just going to randomly spray through the smoke and get himself a headshot connected. And as I narrated it, it's going to be happening in the exact same way. A 4K for Skargod in this round to put up the 6th round of the board for Force One Esports.
Every single member from the side of Force One has pretty much gotten a 4K at this stage. Only Knight Rider and Shivi, no, even Shivi got a 4K, yeah. Only Knight Rider is the guy missing. He needs to get a 4K, it is just gonna be 4K for the entire team. You need to have that little bit of even Stevens on the scorecard between all of your teammates if you want to make this match a little bit more interesting from their end. But Shivi, he's having a field day down on this breach. 12-4 for himself, and he's being an absolute bully. Normally when I see a breach on the enemy team and I'm like, I pray that the breach is not that good, because if he is, I'm going to get blinded to the point of no return and I need to buy a couple of sunglasses or I may need to go down to an eye doctor. And that's pretty much what's happening to Team Moon. They don't know which corner to check, they don't know which corner to hold because the breach flash could just be waiting on that other side. But this time around, Knight Rider, he's waiting for them with his own operator. Does get spotted on out by the spy cam, so he needs to head off. The ultimate has been popped, and Asite, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he's gonna be the one on the receiving end of a lot of pain. Knight Rider comes in with those dives, being able to shut down 2 beautiful shots coming down from him, and a right click straight to the body, riddling Inflix with his dagger, shutting him on down. And just as the round started, it's already over. Assassin, you wanna try and break that down?
Well, it was way too chaotic for sure, for starters, but at the same time, Force One Esports, man, their prowess on their abilities is just something that you absolutely cannot deny. And all of these ultimates that popped off from the side of Force One Esports, right? It just completely put Team Moon in a position where they were left scratching their heads as to what exactly is happening right now in this specific round. I mean, we did see the dash coming out from a CJ, but then he got instantly picked off by his nemesis. That's going to be Knight Rider with his Blade Storms. And then Knight Rider went on to get himself an updraft and a kill on towards the player near the teleporters. Then moving in towards the UO's position, he just absolutely wrecked havoc on towards the final player with a short burst. That is the right click. It's all insane to see Force One Esports finally getting back into the game. And Team Moon right now, they're struggling a little bit. But at the same time, they have pulled off 4 rounds on their attack aggressive. And mind you, Bind is a defense side of map, correct? So Team Moon, moving on to the defense, might be possible that they are gonna, switch things around a little bit. This is the final round of the first half, so let's see if Force One Esports is gonna be able to put up their 8th, or is it gonna be Moon to put up their 5th?
In my eyes, I always find that Bind is very composition heavy. Sometimes the composition will make or break the game. And it pretty much this one should be, he missed out on the headshot, and instead it's going to be on Cden being able to slap a dagger into his face before he gets taken on out. Beautifully done from the side of Cden, get the first initial kill. And this was such a crucial kill as well, because with this kill, they can now open up the entire side. No more rolling thunder to worry about, but at the same time, the astral wall beautifully placed by Skargod, and Asite, he's gonna feel scared to try and push in through this astral wall because he doesn't know how many members are waiting for him down onto that other sideline. And if he makes that push happen, he pretty much could be walking down into a coffin dance, or he could be walking down into an empty side. And in this case, it's pretty much an empty side, other than only Rafa holding down from the back end of the side. He spots him on that out, and Rafa, he gets that kill. Where is
Look at
Scargod?
Scargod.
Flag. He's probably gonna be able to get a couple of kills for himself as well, coming on down from the shower angle. They don't expect that push. Scargod's probably gonna be able to get one kill. He has to put some down here from the back end of Lambs. Scargod, he wants to try and go in for a couple of his own plays. The gravity wall goes on through. RBK from the sideline chimes in with his first initial kill, and slowly but surely Scargod, he's just making his way forward. They know for a fact the last two members are holding on down from the back end of Lambs, ladies and gentlemen. Flex comes in with that judge. He's the judge, he's the jury. He does get a double kill, but not more than that from the sidelines. Astronaut, his feelings are just getting toyed with. Scargod comes in from the sideline, shuts him on down with a well-placed headshot for himself. 8-4 on the scorecards to end of the first half, and that was a little bit questionable, but at the same time, Flex, he had a judge in his hand. Pretty much anything is possible if you have a judge.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. The judge needs
Switching
a little bit of a
sides.
fix for sure. Because look at this instant replay where he just double satcheled his way and got himself a double. I mean, wow. Insane stuff coming out from the side of Flex, and I guess Team Force One Esports, them putting up that 8th round of the board. See, to be completely honest, right? In my opinion, Scargod, the timing did not actually work out for him. He should have been a little bit more aggressive coming in with that flank, right? Because he knows for a fact that the entirety of Team Moon are into the A site already. And they have taken up positions towards the triple boxes and the U-Hauls as well, towards the default plant site. So Scargod, after having such an aggressive position towards the shots position, and you know, he further pushed in towards the A-shot position as well. So all he had to do was just come in with the flank a little bit more early so that he can find himself a couple of frags. The timing completely got off in that specific moment, and that actually costed them a couple of players as well. Scargod could have actually capitalized on that flank, but it's completely fine. I'm definitely sure that Scargod is going to realize that, and he's gonna make sure that he doesn't make that mistake once again. Right now, it is going to be Rafa to make a little bit of a mistake by moving it towards the crosshairs of Asite as Asite takes him down. Asite is still holding on, but oh, he's taking some damage through that Molotov. And with Chibi and RBK getting themselves a frag each, it is a classic spree day for Force One Esports. But Team Moon right now, they're in the man advantage as Asite finds a frag on towards Chibi. It's going to be down to Scargod and RBK, right? Who have got little to no idea that there is a flank coming in the form of Kawaii. Kawaii actually coming in at the right time with the flank. Worked out of the favor of Team Moon, and they're going to be putting up the 5th round of the board. So 8-5 as we move on towards what could possibly be the 6th one on the board for Moon as well.
That was a little bit iffy coming on down from the side of Force One, to say the very least, because they were holding on down from the main entrance. I understood that, but at the same time, they were pretty much in no man's land. They did not have Lamb's control. They did not know for a fact that someone was holding down from the heaven, and Kawaii just came in at the very last second. You cannot be indecisive in what you want to do. If you just rushed on down towards the side of you all, then you probably could have just gotten one kill and gotten out, or maybe just traded out one kill for one kill. Just try and get as many ultimate points as possible in those rounds and try and isolate a lot of these fights. Not having that really did hurt them in that round in particular, but it seems as though this time around on this eco, they want to try and make their way down towards the shower angle and come on down towards this A side. But at the same time, Astronaut, he's not really giving much away. He has another smoke on his hand, so he can use it almost instantly to deny that shower control. Aside with a well-placed crosshair, with his well-placed crosshair, is gonna be able to headshot RBK down and take him out. And with that, things could just be all but over, because without that Sova, even eco rounds are very difficult.
Yeah, for now though, things have taken a little bit of a turn as Force One Esports. They're going to move it over towards the B side as Night Rider is already sneaked in, and there is Inflix with his camera. He's watching absolutely everything. His camera is going to get taken down, by the way. But Night Rider, on the other hand, is going to be able to remove his strap by just dashing into it as well. Inflix, he should actually start spraying down, but I guess he's just trying to buy some time. Trying to buy some time for his team to make the rotations. That is going to be Inflix to get tapped to the face. Rafa with that right click, and I guess it's going to be all down to the last player from the side of Force One Esports. That is Scargod in a 1 versus 2. Both of these players from the side of Team Moon. Both the duelists are going to bounce it on towards him, take him down, and put up the 6th on the board, as I said. So 8-6 as Force One Esports are finally going to have a full buy now, aggressive. And I can't wait to see what Force One Esports are going to do in this specific round.
It was a little bit questionable, to say the very least. Like, at Force One, they had the round in their favor. I thought I was just about to say probably caster spears coming down from me, but instead, Force One, they dropped the ball. They all rushed down into the site. Yes, but their post plans left a lot to be desired for. They were not holding down the angles that we'd expect them to hold. There was no form of control coming on down towards the side of elbow. They could have spread themselves out a little bit more and then taken the fights, because they had the guns in their favor. They were able to pick all of it up. but in the long run, they stacked up together and they paid the price for it with their lives. But at the same time, I see a judge in the hands of Flex, and I'm really worried about what's gonna happen next.
Right now, once again, Force1 Esports, they are trying to pull out that fake as well. It's going to be RVK to try and make a hell lot of noise over towards the B side and then create a lot of distraction for the side of Team Moon, making them think that, hey, Force1 Esports are coming over towards the B side. But to be completely honest, Force1 Esports have to do a little bit more if they really want to pull off a fake like that. Because Team Moon are far too experienced to, fall for that kind of shenanigans. Right now, it's going to be Flex up close and personal with the judge. And once again, the judge supremacy strike. And it looks like that the Cosmos Plus is once again going to be in. As Flex is not going to be able to get more than one, it is going to be time for Knight Rider to further push in, take care of a CJ towards the triple boxes. One player is still inside of that smoke, if I'm not wrong, correct? From the side of Team Moon. Never mind, Astronaut did make his way back to safety. He's over towards the U-Walls, and oh, he's going to be blind as a bat. He's going to try and spray that judge as well, but unfortunately, Shivi is going to get the better of him. It's going to be Force1 Esports to get that ninth round of the board in a full buy round. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Moon and their judge supremacy, it does not strike this time around though. As Force1 Esports, well, despite them not being able to pull off that fake, they still managed to pull that round. So yeah, I mean, we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing a little bit of a assumption here as Team Moon. They are going to be on their eco, right? So I'm guessing that they're going to try and, hold on some really close angles as well. Something like the hooker position would be a perfect one with the CT on his Blade Storms as well. I guess, yeah, it is going to be that double stack towards the hookers, and it's going to be time for Flex to get something done towards the A-shot position as well. Skygon, on the other hand, does get the better of Flex, and I guess the CT is trying to go in for that pick, but oh no, Rafa has got himself some really good aim prowess, but at the same time, a CT is just better. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, and I guess Force1 Esports, they are going to be neutralizing the man advantage, and a CT is still going to be alive with I guess close to 50 HP. Force1 Esports, they have made the rotation back towards the B side right now, and I guess Team Moon in turn have made the rotation towards A. I guess Force1 Esports gonna try and move in over towards the B side, and they're gonna find an empty B side, that's for sure. I mean, Team Moon, they do have a CT on the flank, and ooh, a CT might just find himself a couple of frags, but nah. Just gonna take a detour right now. He's not gonna move in from the hooker position, but in turn is gonna move in from the long position. Inflix, on the other hand, is going to that beautiful black and red Reaver Sheriff, the one that I love the most as well, and he's gonna try and move in through these as well. Skyguard, on the other hand, does take down a CT, trying to come in with a flag, whereas Astronaut takes down Knight Rider. Shivi, he's gonna find his sneaky little inflix moving in through the smoke, but at the same time, Kawaii has dropped in that recon dart, expecting someone to get caught in that recon and that information to get relayed in so that he can just spam in through the smoke. But at the same time, Force1 Esports is just way too better to fall for these tricks, and they're gonna be on to double digits now, ladies and gentlemen. 10-6 as Force1 Esports. I guess Team Moon made a little bit of a bad decision over that, stacking up towards the A side after getting the information from the side of Force1 Esports. And Force1 Esports, this is outplayed Team Moon at this point. Yeah, Force1 Esports. Look at that instant replay as well, right? Just gonna look at Force1 Esports' frags every single day. Same can be said for Team Moon when a CT activates himself, and I guess the time is now when a CT is gonna try and go in for that white peak while Knight Rider is trying to go in for the reload. And look at this, Knight Rider, you should have had one more player alongside you, buddy. Not like this. Well, for now though, it looks like that Team Moon, right? With that man advantage secured, they have further got the information that, hey, a couple of players from the side of Force1 Esports are over towards a B-long position, so I'm just going to pull out my ultimate, guys. Is going to be the call coming in from the side of Kawaii. And CJ is going to reposition himself over towards the B-long position as well. He's going to take down RVK, not bad. Rafa on the other hand finds a frag on towards Kawaii using the paint shells, and Rafa is going to be tagged by the camera as well. He's going to try and run away because he knows for a fact that Inflix might be playing somewhere near the cyber cage, or even close near the Astra as it smokes as well. Skygold on the other hand does pull out that ultimate. That is going to be the Cosmic Divide. Is going to just divide and split apart the side into two so that it helps Team Force for Esports moving into the side and plant the spike as well. It's going to be all down to Flex in a 1 versus 3, and with 30 seconds left on the clock, Flex has a decision to make. Either go in for the save or either try and go in for this retake. I mean, yeah, trying and going for the specific retake attempt might be a little bit too much, a little bit too adventurous, but at the same time, Flex has got his ultimate ready, correct? So he's going to try and get the frag on towards Rapper. He's going to find it as well. If he can just find the frag on towards Shivy, then maybe he's going to be able to win out the specific 1 versus 3 fight, ladies and gentlemen, because remember, Skygold is low. He's critically low, and Flex trying to take down Shivy is not going to happen, as I guess it looks like that Skygold might just move in from the you know, position where he's holding on to. And a 1 versus 2 situation. Flex has 2 angles to check. He's gonna hear out the flash coming in from the defense side of spawn, and from the elbows is gonna be Mr. Scargold to peek in as well. So, Force for Esports putting up that 11th round of the board. Team Moon not gonna be able to go in for that retake attempt as well, because in a 1 versus 3 situation it becomes really tough, you know. And Force for Esports, they were pretty much very happy, despite that man advantage right at the bat. They were able to convert the round into their favor, put up that 11th on the board as well. Once again, Team Moon, their economy is going to be in the shambles, and I guess they have to go in for nothing but an eco aggressive.
This is going to be a pretty tough spot for them. And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for a little bit of a break. Had some technical difficulties on my end, but I am back once again. But I was watching from the sidelines, and from what I can see, Team Moon, they're not having the best of days, but I'm pretty sure that Kawhi, he has a crosser discipline, but maybe he's gonna die on out. That's not a 1 shot to the head. You need to know that Kawhi at that distance, he does get the 145, tries to go in for another body shot to try and kill him on off. He's gonna be able to find that kill, but that's pretty much it. He's not gonna be able to find more than that. Flex from the sidelines tries to get a kill of his own, but instead Rafa smells him out and takes him out with a well-placed headshot, shutting him down already, and the round just started, Assassin, and it's already over pretty much. 11 and 6 on the scorecards, down to a 3 versus 2 scenario when you don't really have a lot of advantageous guns in your hand, except for a CT who has that Phantom. But even still, that's a pretty hard round to win, because with Chivy's Rolling Thunder available, they can just throw out that ultimate, and that's just an easy retake right there and then.
So CT right now, he's moving in with that beautiful Ion Phantom. The one that is Aggressive's favorite. I'm definitely sure about that. And I guess a lot of other people love the Iron Phantom as well. Some sort of an aimbot for sure, isn't it? Well, yeah. I mean, it's a feel-good moment for sure. It's all in your head, guys. Please don't go ahead and think that skins are going to give you skills. But at the same time, yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's a feel-good skin for sure. At the same time, if you really want to put it in that comical way, right? Yeah, skills. Apart from that, I mean, skins, they definitely give you that 25% extra damage. So don't quote me on that, but yeah.
It do be like that sometimes. But skins, they have power. But this time around, I'm pretty sure that skins are not giving power towards the side of Team Moon. They're in a pretty tough spot. 12 and 6 on the scorecards, and finally you're able to get buys for yourself. But at the same time, how much will these buys help you? Because in the long run, you do need to understand that, hey, you're gonna be in a pretty tough spot already, and it's not just about losing this round. Like, do you have the morale, and do you have the understanding that, hey, maybe we could just lose out here, and we need to get ourselves ready for the following map, because you do have to remember this is a best of 3. So if you get demoralized in just map number 1, you're not gonna be able to go in for a proper fight in the following matchups. And it seems as though from the side of Team Moon, they understand this, and they're playing it very slow. They're playing it very systematically. They don't want to give away a single peak. They want to keep their teams alive for the first initial map, because they understand that, hey, if Force One, they have that advantage. If they're the ones winning out on the map of Bind, our home map pretty much at this stage, we're going to be in a pretty tough spot. The ultimates have been propped from the left. Ultimates have been propped from the right. You know what? Check it, Flex. Straight through the Rolling Thunder. He's going to be able to get 2 headshots. He's able to find another one as well onto Scargon. Flex. That guy is an absolute menace. Going and left, going and right, doing a little bit of PM in front of RBK. Going to track those bullets out with a Vandal. That's not how it works, and instead it's going to be the side of Team Moon being able to shut everyone down. 12 and 7 on the scorecards to take it all away. And ladies and gentlemen, that was absolutely beautiful. Flex, you are an absolute beast holding down the fort from the angle of Shower.
Oh man, Flex, he's just flexing right now. I mean, we all know his aim prowess, and look at this. despite getting completely concussed in that instant replay, he finds himself a double and a triple as well. I mean, I don't even have words for this specific man. Like, you know, Team Moon, despite Force One Esports being on that match point as well, they're not giving up, and that is something to be praised about, guys. Not gonna lie. Look at that beautiful recon now coming in from RVK as well. I know in India there's that specific funny moment going on as well, right? Average Jignesh, so something like that.
Now with this matchup, this could be what they need, but RVK finds the lineup. That is not how you peek the corner, Team Moon. They paid the ultimate price for it, but at the same time, Knight Rider, he got a little bit impatient, tried to push out through the brimstone smoke, something that you should never do, especially when you are by yourself on alert. But Inflix, he's still alive, he's still kicking, he's gonna be able to make things even for his team once again. Going on down to a 3 versus 2 situation. Inflix, he's gonna be able to survive. Left to tell the tale of another day, but at the same time, Astronaut, his position is already known with the flick coming on through. Rafa's gonna be able to shut him on down, but still the trade goes on through from the side of Scargod. They're gonna be able to find it all, and they know for a fact that Inflix, he's only gone down towards the back of B side. No one's made the rotation just yet. Pre-planned for this side of Force One, ladies and gentlemen, and now down to this 2 versus 1 situation. It's either go big or go home. Inflix, you have the spotlight, and Assassin, you have the mic in your.
That's right. The man has always had the spotlight as well from the side of Team Moon, right? Inflix, he's a really damn good player when it comes to these 1 versus 2s and these 1 versus 1s. He's going to be finding the frag onto Chibi, but little does he know that Scargo's down the corner. And it's going to be Scargo to go in and take him down and put up that 13th out of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, Force One Esports give it to them in order to take away the map of Pine, and Team Moon to be struggling a little bit as well in their specific favorite map, as I would like to call it. I mean, Team Moon, they definitely gave a tough time to a team like Gollag Esports in another tournament, but at the same time today, looks like that Force One Esports, they were just on another level, and they read right through the minds of the players from side of Team Moon.
Scargod, honestly speaking, on this controller, 20 and 11. He outclassed the duelist when it came down to his raw utility usage, and he was able to completely shut everyone down. But at the same time, let's go into the match highlights to see what exactly I'm talking about and highlight what exactly the side of Team Moon did wrong and why Force One are able to take this map off the board. Because when you consider all of the strategies coming on down from the side of Team Moon at the beginning stages, they were very smart and they were very tactical, but as the map progressed and they were moving down from the attacking side down to their own defensive side, things changed completely. It felt as though Team Moon, they were very lost. They didn't know how to hold down the sides properly. They were playing very textbook Valorant instead of trying to be much more adaptive. Constantly, they were going in for the same strats with the 3 players on A, 2 players on B. Yes, it's very powerful, but at the same time, you need to try and change up your strategies as much as possible, because at one point, when you become predictable, top-tier teams like Force One, they will understand what they need to do. And when they have the utility to break down your defense, that's even harder. That's why the compositions based upon utilities such as Astra and Breach are just so potent in the current meta, because a lot of the teams who play default get absolutely destroyed by Astra, because she can disrupt the entire default by just using 2 of her abilities, not even counting the smokes at this stage. And that's exactly what happened to them. Hopefully in map number 2, they pick something a little bit more dynamic, or if they want to go in for the same exact composition or something similar, they play a little bit more adaptive, try different strategies every single time to keep Force One on their toes.
But yeah, man, what a classic matchup coming in from Force One Esports and Team Moon, right? I absolutely love this specific game as well, because it was a constant battle of switch-ups, right? Sometimes it's Force One Esports to go ahead and get themselves that advantage. And on the other hand, the next round, it's Team Moon to come up with their aim prowess. Players like a CT Flex, they're just going completely ham, and Force One Esports to be put down to the ground as well. It was really a very tight affair, but at the same time, Force One Esports, they looked like they had done their homework against Team Moon, and Team Moon, on the other hand, they were looking a little bit too, I don't know, not so confident types. Like, I actually don't know. It looked like that Team Moon, right? They kind of were not that aggressive compared to their previous games, and they were taking a little bit too easy, and they were just taking it a little bit slow as well. Yep. Maybe because of the fact that Force One Esports, they do have their own playstyle against Team Moon and the rest of the teams as well out there in the country, but. Yeah, definitely. Props to Team Moon for putting up such a solid fight, and I can't wait to see what exactly we're going to be seeing on the map of Haven now.
you consider what happened here, I completely agree with you. It felt as though Team Moon, they didn't have really a lot of confidence going in for a lot of fights, and that really did show in the long run. But still, it's just map number one, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I was saying when it was down to that 12-6 scoreline, will Team Moon have the ability to keep things going for their side? Because this is still a best of three. Even if you lose out on map number one, you still have a chance to make things even on map number two. So we're going to be heading on there to try and fix things up. But before we do, make sure to check the links down in the description below and check out all the discounts that we have set up for you to see what suits your fancy for your next big upgrade. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive with Assassin signing on off, and we're going to be back with you in the next game real shortly. See you in a bit. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Esports Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WPAC and AMG Ryzen. It's going to be your boy Aggressor coming on back with Assassin on his side on the caster's desk to bring you map number 2 of this intense matchup. Let's head on over to the map video screen as we talk about what to expect from these two sides. Assassin, I'm going to throw you the mic with this little bit of a question. Team Moon, they had a rough start on map number 1. Do you think they can bring it back on map number 2? Haven itself being one of the maps where first one, they're even deadlier.
Exactly. Now that was the point that I was gonna lead with as well. Force One Esports, their Haven is far better, and I've got no idea what Team Moon are gonna be able to do as well. But at the same time, Team Moon, they do have that aggressive attack side, right? So on the attack, they might have that added advantage as well with their aim stars. Now the thing is that their aim stars today aren't looking like the stars that we usually do. Acete and Flex, they are not having the best of the days, but at the same time, Flex did have some of his moments on the defender's side. Now, looking forward to what exactly is going to happen on the map of Haven. It's going to be all down to what sort of agent lineup we're going to be seeing as well from both of these teams. So if the agent selection screen is ready, why don't we quickly dive straight into it and then see the agent lineup coming out from both of these teams. Let's take a look at Force One Esports, where Rafa is going to be playing the Phoenix RVK, as always, on the Cypher. The man is going to be going back to his Sentinel duties. Scargod on the Viper. Wow, I was expecting him to go for the Astra, by the way, on the map of Haven. And Knight Rider is going to be playing the Jet. Going to be seeing Shivi back to the Initiator duties as well. He's going to be playing the Sova. Going to be seeing Kawhi from the side of Team Moon playing the Killjoy. Astronaut on the smoking duties is going to be Inflix on the Cypher. Acete on Jet, and Flex is going to be playing the Phoenix as well. Interesting lineup. And there you go. See, Skygot, he immediately switched it up to the Astra as well. Because I have been seeing Force One Esports and their matches on Haven, and their entire setup revolves around these combo plays being made by Scargod alongside his duelists.
That's really true. And primarily, previously, when Omen was a pickup, you would rely much more on map control. But now, with the Astra pickup, it's a lot more based upon execution. Of course, map control is super important, to say the very least, especially on the map of Haven when the map is this big. But at the same time, when you try and execute down onto multiple different sides, having that Astra in your arsenal just changes the entire flow of the matchup. You can take a lot of these fights, you can isolate the 1v1 duels, and you can drag people out of the corners where they feel the most safe. But at the same time, it feels as though Force One, they have the advantage once again, having so much utility in their arsenal in comparison to the side of Team Moon, because Team Moon here, they're picking up agents that we always see in the previous meta, and going up against this type of, let's say, utility from the side of Force One, they're going to be in a pretty tough spot, to say the very least, because it's either go big or go home for them. They need to rely completely on their gunfights. And if they lose out on any of them, Force One, they're just gonna snowball their lead out of control.
Completely agree with you on that point as well, and I can't really wait to see what Force One Esports are going to do as well. Because with that Astro pickup, right, we are going to be seeing, as I said, the combo plays that are going to be something that you guys should watch out for as well. If you're facing off Force One Esports on the map of Haven as well, these combo plays, these synergetic, coordinated plays being made by Force One Esports is something that is going to completely spiral you out of control as well. And Team Moon, they already are having a little bit of a tough time today, especially after the map of Bind. They are not going to be that confident as well. But if they have reset themselves, if they've got their mindset completely in the right direction, then maybe we are going to be seeing Team Moon trying to make a comeback as well.
Now, from the side of Team Moon in particular, I'm really hoping that they play a lot more systematically, to say the very least, because consider this map and when you consider the competition that they have picked up, it's a lot more based upon playing for picks and playing for trades. And if they're not able to get those trades, if they do not play together as a cohesive unit and as a team, they're at the biggest disadvantage possible. And there was a little bit of a problem coming on down from the agent select screen, so we are going to be hitting on back in. Scargo this time around, it's going to be hopping over the Brimstone instead of that Astra. A little bit questionable, to say the very least, on the map of Haven in particular, because this is the place where Astra is just really powerful, but a couple of mistakes coming on down from the agent select screen. But at the same time, I do believe that if he does go for this Brimstone, yeah, he's going for that Astra nonetheless. We are going to be going on in and changing stuff up once more. 45 seconds left on the clock. Agent selection is going to be going on through. And going on back to the point that I was making, Team Moon, they need to start playing a lot more together as a team. If they try and take a lot of these ego fights, they're going to be losing it out almost immediately. It's not because these players don't have the mechanical talent to make it happen. The fact is that Force One, they never play alone. Even if you take down one star player, another star player is just going to show up and just dome you in a matter of seconds. And RBK, he was deadly on that Sova. Just imagine what he can do on the Cypher. We saw what happened yesterday when a Cypher player is just absolutely cracked out of his mind. Just imagine RBK in that same scenario.
Through that. Now, if that crack gameplay is definitely going to be coming in, right? We are going to be expecting something insane coming out from the side of Force One Esports. The same can be said for Team Moon. And yeah, you guys might be wondering why exactly we showed the agent selection screen twice. It's a little bit of a problem coming in that specific agent selection screen. So we had to completely do it. We had to completely rehost once again. So we are done with that. We have got the final picks in. And I guess the game is ready as well. So why don't we quickly jump straight in towards the match and see what kind of a buy are both of these teams going to come up with. How many ghosts are going to be present in the server. How many classics are going to reign terror as well against each other. It is going to be interesting to see how Team Moon are going to go ahead and attack on the pistol round. Which side they are going to go ahead and attack as well, right? The executes. What are going to be the executes coming out from the side of Team Moon? What are their strats? What is that one thing that is going to completely shake Force One Esports down to their core?
Now the real question is, what side of Team Moon do you want to do to try and go in for this first initial attacking round? Because on the attacking side, it's just so crucial to try and survive for as long as they possibly can. But with that, Scargod is trying to go in a little bit too aggressive, but all of the members of the side of the attack, they're just ready for it. One ding to the head, and Scargod, he's going to get tagged down with only 20 HP to work with because of that ghost. 105 to the head. Not going to be able to survive for long though. The recon bolt just going through. Does not put him out from the back end corner. He's going to be holding it down for as long as he possibly can. The right click does hit to one, but Scargod is going to be able to get that trade, but he's not going to be able to survive for long though. Rafa from the sidelines, he wants to try and get that kill. He's not going to be able to find it. And already a little bit too aggressive coming on down from the back end for the side of Force One, and they pay the ultimate price for it with their lives. And it's just RBK now going on down to a 1 versus 3 situation. He's probably going to be able to find it, to say the very least. Those 4 factor one members putting on down from that back end angle. RBK, he just cracked out of his mind. This is what I was exactly saying at the very beginning stages of the map. Pick up. He's not able to get that kill though. RBK. That crosshair placement was just so beautiful. That aim was just so crispy, and those shots were absolutely disgusting.
Disgusting indeed, and I guess the entirety of Team Moon are going to be very happy with the performance that they put up as well in that specific pistol round. RBK, on the other hand, did have his moment, right? Man managed to find himself a couple of crisp, clean locks as well. But at the same time, it was just the better team to take away the pistol round, and that is Team Moon. I mean, see, it's kind of a signature move coming in from Team Moon aggressive. I'm not gonna lie. Team Moon, they have a method in winning out the pistol rounds, and they are absolutely good with their pistols as well.
I completely agree with you on that. That happened in map number 1. This is also happening in map number 2. Knight Rider wants to go in for those shots. He wants to survive. He's actually going to be able to. The player down from the side of window was not able to take him on down out. So it's still down to a 5 versus 5 situation, to say the very least. Astronaut trying to size up that sideline, and with the classic right click straight to the head. Instead, it's going to be Rafa being able to shut down one from the sidelines. RBK tries to chime on in with that sheriff. He's not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be a C-take, being able to get a double kill for himself, hold things down for his team. Chevy comes in from the silence, gets caught out by Astronaut as he was walking in through the smoke. But Scargot, he's on his own to try and get a couple of kills at the bare least, or even try and die out as fast as he possibly can. Inflix, trying to check in that corner, takes him on out with a run and gun. 0-2 on the scorecard for the side of Team Moon, and they start this map with a bang, being able to take the pistol and also the anti-eco. But now, is where the real raid boss starts to show up, because it's going to be Force 1 spy round, and here is where they need to make their stand.
Of course, for Esports, what kind of a buy are they going to be coming out with is going to be the real question, right? Are we going to be seeing some of the players who have to struggle in terms of getting all of these creds back into putting in for a full buy? And look at this, RVK is struggling, right? And this is exactly what I was talking about as well. We're going to be seeing him going on to the half shields, pulling out the Vandal as well. In terms of the weaponry, though, I'm definitely sure that, Team Force 1 Esports, they've got the better weapons. They've got themselves a couple of Vandals, a couple of Phantoms here and there as well. Whereas from the side of Team Moon, they're going to be playing it out as a bonus. It is going to be that bonus round that Team Moon are going to be playing out against Force 1 Esports. Remember, a little bit of a memory as well from map number 1 Bind, where Team Moon were able to walk away with their bonus round. They were able to take down a full bot Force 1 Esports. Now, is the history going to repeat itself? Is going to be the million-dollar question. If it does, then Force 1 Esports are going to regret it, and they're going to be like, man, not like this. Now, we don't have an economy to go on for the buy in round number 4. We have to once again go down to the upgraded pistols, and things are going to take a little bit of a turn if that happens. But if Force 1 Esports are going to be able to take down Team Moon, then it's going to be in turn Team Moon to go in for a full buy of their own in round number 4. And if they lose that out, then if they lose that out as well, then it's going to be again an eco, and then go on from that. But anyways, this specific round is very, very important for Team Force 1 Esports more than Team Moon, because Moon are anyways going to have a buy the next round. Even if they lose this, they will still have that buy moving forward in round number 4. But that's not the case for Team Force 1 Esports, and they need to put up that first round on the board as well. Because Moon, they have the tendency to go ahead and roll with that momentum as well. Once they are in that momentum train, if they go ahead and catch that momentum as fast as possible, then they just have a complete roll, and they completely spiral the openings out of control as well.
Now, I completely agree with you on the fact that Moon, when they have the momentum in their favor, they're able to take it away. But at the same time, they need to gain that momentum at the very beginning stages. Yes, they were able to do it on map number 1, just as you stated before, because in map number 1, it was 5 consecutive rounds coming down from the side of Team Moon before finally a tactical timeout came in from the side of Force 1, and they were able to recollect themselves and then take the side of Team Moon by storm, like completely understanding their strategies and just shutting them down right there and then. And the main thing that the side of Team Moon need to focus on is to stay outside of the crosshair vicinity of RVK. If RVK is playing down on that C side, just hightail it out of there, go down mid, go down A, just don't go near him. Because when a Cypher player is feeling himself that much and down in a 1 versus 4 retake, he just comes in and domes 4 people. You don't want to peek that guy whatsoever for the entirety of this matchup. You need to keep him guessing. You need to constantly keep him rotating all over the map so you can get into his head, settle him down, and then catch him off guard and take those kills in the following consecutive rounds. And this is the game of Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where the mental game is always so important. The more you affect the player's mental, the more you're going to be the one to win out in the long haul of things. And here's where the side of Team Moon, they open the gates with a bang, and they need to keep things going for their side at the bare minimum. As the timer is going to be going on down, we're going to be heading on back into the game to see what these players have in store for us, to say the very least. Because with this first round coming on through from the side of Force 1, it's either go big or go home. Because if 4 rounds go down already towards the side of the attackers, they're going to be a lot of trouble to try and hold down from their own attacking side.
Skargod once again playing close towards the A-shot position. He's going to spot out the drone, is going to take it down. At the same time, he's going to be tagged by that exact same drone. And I guess Asite will try and capitalize on top of that. Asite for now though, he's just walking, and this walk push over towards the A side is something that most of the teams love to do as well. Become a little bit too unpredictable and, you know, just strike, go full cylinders when they are close towards the site as well.
Concealment.
Playing it slow, they're playing it systematically. Scarpa from the sidelines, he just caught out one. He's gonna be able to take down another one probably as well, but instead it's gonna be Knight Rider being able to shut down Flex from the sidelines. This double take is just so clean. Shivy's holding down from the close angles. He's gonna be able to spot out the first initial player. The teleport's gonna be going on through, but Knight Rider, he knows what's up. He can just use his dash to get himself back out as well. The shotguns are gonna be raining on him, tagging out Kawhi to very low levels of HP. And they know for a fact where the last two members are holding out at the bare minimum. Kawhi on the left side and also Inflix on the right. They're going to be trying to go in for a flank of their own to maybe push on down from the side of mid. But Knight Rider, he has the angle already covered, but the shot just not going to be there. Instead, Knight Rider needs to go in for a reload. He hasn't spotted on out, but with only 30 seconds left in the clock assassin,
10 seconds
it
left.
could just be all but over. And Force 1, they're not even watching an inch when it comes down to their hold.
Spike down A.
Yeah, Force for Esports, this is looking like the beast for their specific full buy round, and Knight Rider. Look at that instant replay, man. The guy had some of his moments as well, and we did see Rafa going full ham as well on towards the entirety of Team Moon. Team Moon, they're not going to be able to, you know, continue on with the tradition of you know, winning out their bonus round. I guess Force 1 Esports, they're already in with a little bit of a surprise.
The fact of how they were executing down the silent, but at the same time, they were doing the same stride over and over again, and they fell into the trap what they previously did in map number 1. They need to be very dynamic. Your composition does not allow you to be as proficient at using your defaults, because primarily when you use your defaults a lot, it allows your opponents to try and change up their defenses to try and bring it back for your side. But this time around instead, Flex being able to get that first initial kill down on the rock one. That's such a crucial kill as well. But RBK, he walks into his own one way and he pays the price for it as well. But he does get one kill at the bare minimum before he gets traded on out. So it does make it a 3 versus 3 situation on the map as they go in for a retake with the plan going on down towards that seaside. Oh, what?
Joke's over.
Okay, then
Player standing.
Asite, fine. Alright, you got that. But anyways, it's gonna be down to Knight Rider. In a 1 versus 3 situation, we are so astonished to see Asite hit something like that. But at the same time, you know, that guy is known for his aim prowess, and yeah, that was a really, really good shot. Not gonna lie. Really good would be an understatement, but okay. Knight Rider, he has got 2 options to make. Either go in for this retake, do some economic damage onto his Team Moon, or just save this specific Phantom that he has, and he's gonna go in for the latter. He did try to take down the Phoenix, but at the same time he was like, nah, I'm not gonna win that fight, I'm not gonna take it. I'm just gonna, you know, dash my way out and make my way over towards the A side. I can just save up the Phantom and carry it forward to the next round, where my teammates can eke out a buy, and we all can put up the second round of the board.
You know what that shot felt like? You know when your mom just takes a sandal and just slaps you in the face when you're not doing something correctly? That's what it felt like. That was just a hard slap to the face. Just a one bullet to the forehead and Shivy just fell out of his chair. That's how great that shot was. And Asite, if he's feeling himself right now, here is where they need to make their stand, because this is the perfect time for it. It's their do or die. It's either take this map or you're going to be sent home, and you need to wait for the second season of the Gauntlet. And this is the thing that the side of Moon need to make that difference for themselves. They have themselves back on the board once again, forcing the side of Force 1 to go in for buys. And if they're able to win out here, their economy is going to stabilize, massively. And this will allow them to go in for further rounds and keep the snowball effect going. You stated this before. As soon as Moon's snowballs start, they are very hard to stop.
Right now, Skargod is holding that aggressive angle towards the right-hand side, and I guess Asita is going to spot him out and take him out as well. Put him out of his misery, and Shivy is going to try and come in with a trade. Good trades coming out from the side of Force for Esports, by the way. And this is something that we've been seeing a little bit missing from the side of Team Moon as well, right? Their trade game is looking a little bleak, but at the same time, RBK, he's just going to sneak in once again inside of that smoke. He's going to find himself a frag as well. The flame wall is going to be going down, by the way, and this plant is going to come in I guess the Hunter's Fury is going to keep all of these players busy while RBK is going to go ahead and get himself a little bit of a kill right there as RBK finds himself with that triple, and it looks like that he's looking to get himself that final kill on towards his nemesis Inflix. But nah, Inflix is going to stay alive with 58 points of health, and in a 1 versus 2 situation, the man has got quite a lot to do. He has to first isolate himself into individual one-on-ones, and I guess he's going to be able to do that. It is going to be Inflix to run out of bullets. He's going to switch to the classic, but at the same time, it's going to be the shotgun to come in and take him down. Shimmy, the man, the myth, the beast. He's going to be like, you know what? I don't even need the bullets at this point. I'm just going to take him down with my shock dart. What a play coming out, man.
What is that shock dart as well? That shock dart just skidded across the floor with a double bounce and landed on top of him. That is a shock dart that you cannot dodge.
You know when you play this game where you throw rock into the water to see how you know how far it will go. Yeah. How far it will go. What's that called? I forgot the name actually.
I thought pretty sure it's called stone skipping that you play on the river, but yeah, besides
exactly. So the shot dart, it kind of had that exact same momentum, right? It was like it exactly felt like it was just skipping and just making its way towards Inflix and taking him down finally.
That was a beautiful shock dart to say the very least. Well played coming on down from their side, and that was really smart coming down from the side of Shapey as well, understanding that, hey, I don't need to charge that shock dart, I can just play it slow, I can just play it systematically, take that one out already. But CJ, he's not checking down in his right-hand side corner. You cannot make these type of mistakes, CJ. He does pay the price for it, and with Cypher's hat already coming off, he says good day to you, sir, and just reveals all of the last known positions of the side of the attackers. And with that already, they're going to be in a pretty good spot, to say the very least. Shibby knows for a fact that 4 members are holding down from the outside of A, and this is going to be a call down for his teammates, being like, hey, you guys have the option to go in aggressively, or you can try and play a little bit more towards the side of mid, because with the time running on down, it's either a C take or a B take, because they cannot rush into A, because if they do, we're going to be able to kill them out. And it's just going to be that. RBK holding down from the angle of Garage. I'm pretty sure that he's going to be able to get this kill and find one down onto Inflix.
30 seconds, and I guess Team Moon, they are going to finally move it over towards the C side. It's going to be RBK to find Inflix, who's trying to hold on over to his garage position as well. Inflix, you better be careful, man. If he gets taken down by the Spectre, that is going to be an upgrade for Force One Esports. Oh, RBK made noise. I guess Inflix, he heard him out. He's going to try and go in for that white peak, but at the same time, he knows that might be possible there are 2 players towards the garage position as well. Inflix just let RBK glide outside of the garage positions, and the 5 versus 4 situation for Esports. They're going to be pulling out all the ults that they can right now. It's going to be RBK to try and get himself a frag, whereas Rafa is going to be using the run it back in order to move it towards the side.
Beautiful.
The Cosmic Divide coming out from the side of Scar God as well, and it's going to be the Refuse. It's going to come in as well. Kawhi is not going to be able to hear out the Refuse coming in, and that was the exact same plan all along.
That was a really good plan coming on down from the side of Force One, and I really like this as well. RBK understanding that, hey, I jumped down into the angle of Garage, no one is peeking that corner, maybe I can just get away with it, and maybe I should push on down from this, push on down inside of the side through Garage. But he did not do that. Why would you say, why did he not do that? Because he understood that, hey, if we go in for a 4 versus 4 retake instead with the ultimate coming on down from the side of Rafa, we'll have the best possible chance to take the side, especially due to the fact because of those cyber cages. And that's what I love about RBK. He understands when to use his utility. He saved those cyber cages, understanding that he can use it for the retake instead. And that allowed them to get so much value out of it. Rafa just popped out of those cages with his curveball on his hand, shutting them down in a matter of seconds. And that is what made all of the differences for their side. But this time around, on this round in particular, it seems as though Flex, he wants to try and deter this operator as much as he can. Knight Rider not going to be able to find those shots, but he did invest a tailwind, so he needs to play a lot more safer than before when he is holding that operator. Shimmy from the sidelines probably going to be able to find out Flex from the back end corner, tracks him down to only 25 HP, but from the back side, it's going to be RBK spawning out Flex. He gets riddled with bullets and a bullet straight to the skull. 140 lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Asite is going to be the one to win that out because he had that battle, but in the long run, I'm pretty sure that RBK, he is a little bit sad.
Well, Shivi definitely is going to hear out the plan coming in as well, and I guess Force One Esports is going to try and go in for that beautiful retake of theirs. But now though, Team Moon, they've got no idea that Rafa and Scargo, they're coming in with a little bit of a flank, and it's going to be Rafa to move out from the grass position to find an off-guard Asite, and it is going to be Astronaut put down to sleep by Mr. Shivi. Knight Rider, on the other hand, finds the final frag towards Inflix using the operator. And I guess the angle, it surely worked out for Knight Rider, and the retake went into the favor of Force for Esports as well. It's going to be, once again, a really, really good retake coming out from the side of Force for Esports. And that retake game is as good as ever.
Completely agree with that. But at the same time, the post-line game coming on down for the side of Team Moon, it left a lot to be desired for. Maybe I thought that it could have just played a little bit more towards the side of window, have proper garage control, maybe send a player through garage, or maybe two players to go in for a couple of trades from there while everyone else holds from outside of B. But at the same time, that wasn't eco round coming on through, so they were just trying to get the plants down at the bare minimum so they can go in for proper buys in the following rounds. But at the same time, when you consider the scoreline already and how far we have got into it, you need to try and get your advantage back at the bare minimum, because we talked about how good the side of Team Moon is when they have the momentum in their favor. And when it comes down to the side of Force One, they're even more deadly, because as soon as they have that taste of victory, they are absolute animals. They're constantly going to try and take those fights. They're not going to be missing any of those shots, and they're going to be ready for all of it. But Shivi from the silence, he tries to pop his owl drone. He does get caught out as well. Flex is going to be the first one to get that first initial kill. RPG from the silence does get one astronaut with a double kill. He's going to be able to trade everyone out. And the A side take was just so clean and just so quick. Everyone from the side of Team Moon, they were able to shut everyone down, and Knight Rider I'm going to be able to find that shot. Knows for a fact that the information of where Kawhi is going to be holding. But at this point, Assassin, I think the better plan would be to opt to go in for this save, because this operator is just so important in this round.
Careful now.
Yeah, the save call should sort of come in, but at the same time, if Knight Rider can make that happen, then maybe they should kind of try and go in for this. But never mind. It's going to be like, you know what, it's just too tall a task to ask for. Let's just go in for the save. Their operator is going to come handy. I can drop in a weapon as well to RVK if you guys want. And we can eke out a buy the next round. Putting up the 5th on the board and not allowing Moon to, you know, sort of tie things up on the scoreboard. But amazing execute coming out from the side of Team Moon, by the way. What do you say, Aggressive? Don't you think that Team Moon, they kind of made that explosiveness work for themselves?
I completely agree with you on that. And this is primarily due to the fact that they were able to use their utility properly. This is what I was trying to say initially, and this is what was missing from the side of Team Moon on 3 rounds that they lost. They were non-decisive in what they wanted to do. They allowed the side of Forceman to dictate the pace of a lot of these fights, which you should not let them do whatsoever, because when they have an Astra in their side, if there's the ones to dictate the pace of the matchup, if they're the ones to control you going down on whatever side they don't want you to go, you're going to be in a pretty big disadvantage, because now they know where you're coming from. They know you're coming from C-Long. They know you're coming from the side of the garage. That basically just means that, hey, I just need to take those gunfights and I just need to tap the heads. But with that first initial take, they were just able to shut everyone down. But at the same time, the ultimate has now been popped from the side of Jimmy. He's not going to be able to survive for long, though. A beautiful curveball coming on down from the side of Rafa, being able to shut down a C-Day. He's not going to be able to live for long. Astronaut from the sideline gets a trade for himself as well. And with that, it's just going to be a 4 versus 4 situation on the map already, ladies and gentlemen. Rafa back to full HP. Knight Rider tries to go in for that shot, but he's not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be Flex to shut him on down. Beautiful shock darts as well. But now Force One, they need to go in for a retake in a 3 versus 4 situation. But the 2 players coming on down from the side of Team Moon, they're very low. And if they're able to find these kills, it will open up everything for the side of the defenders.
Force One Esports, right? They do have a bit of a task against themselves for now as Team Moon. They've not only got themselves a mad advantage, but at the same time they have got a lot of control over towards the seaside and you know, just around the seaside as well. Skargard on the other hand is putting up some really good economic damage. I guess Team Moon, they have got to once again go in for that reinvestment, but oh, Skargard gets taken down finally. That's going to be Astronaut to pick up that kill as well. Astronaut has been stepping up quite well, don't you think, Aggressive?
That's just karma at that stage. Honestly, when he sprayed out and tried to DM a player, the other player's gonna come in and make sure he gets the revenge for his teammate. And I'm pretty sure that Flex is like, Astronaut, go get him, buddy. Go get him. He's holding you down from the side of C-Long. Astronaut peeks the corner, catches him, and just takes him out.
Go get him, because he's busy right now BMing us while we are all dead right there. Go get him.
Astronauts doing really well, and honestly speaking, his trade game is just on point, and that's what you expect coming on from such a textbook-based composition. Because if you're opting to go in for plays like this, if you want to survive, RVK, he needs to stop when it comes down to those Sheriff one-taps. Beautifully done from him, but Inflix, he's matching the one-taps of RVK with a couple of his own one-taps. Beautiful shots coming down from that Vandal to shut down 2 players already, and with that, this anti-eco round already starting off with a bang, but instead it's going to be Knight Rider being able to catch a CT off guard, taking us down to a 3 versus 3 situation with a couple of guns now in the hands on the side of the defenders. Astronaut gets pulled down into the
Spike
middle.
planted.
In the long run, I would have expected that pull to come out a little bit later because the plan does not get stopped unless you pull them outside of the plant train. So in the long run, not much gained from that pull. So now, down to this 3 versus 3. Who's going to be able to come out on top is the real question. Scargod with a wide, so he's going to be able to take them to wide. And this retake, it's very much possible for the side of the defenders.
Oh man, the Scargod has got no stars left, by the way, and this retake is going to be a bit of a trouble if it does come down to the abilities, but it looks like that these guys don't need any. You know what, Force for Esports are going to be like, we're going to take it to raw aim duels, guys, and we're going to win it out as well. It's going to be Shivy to chime in and win it out, get that defuse in, and put up the 5th round on the board for Force for Esports.
It's going to be a pretty good round coming out from them. And with that, they were just playing for the trades. Good coordination, good team play, and in the long run, playing for the trades is what you always want to do whenever you're down to the 3 versus 3 scenario. You don't want your team to split up. You don't want anyone to try and stray off too far from the pack, basically meaning that the garage push came on through, and then immediately 1 player was coming on down from the 2 players, sorry, were coming on down from the side of C long. Every angle has been clear. Basically, what else is left? What else is left is the bench, and of course, walls. They cleared out both of those angles, played for the trades, they got the win. They have everything on their side. 5 and 5 on the scorecards. Beautiful textbook Valorant retakes coming on down from their end. And now, once again, we see another push coming on down towards the C side. It feels as though, at this point, Team Moon, they don't want to go towards A whatsoever. They're constantly trying to make that play happen towards the side of C. But this could cost them in the long run because they're being very one-dimensional in the long run. And I'm really looking to see if a CK, he wants to execute down onto the side of B, maybe kill that tripwire, immediately jump on in, get the spike plant down, and immediately dash back out of C.
At the same time, don't forget the fact that Shivy has got himself that recon dart ready. So despite him being smoked, I guess he's going to be able to find the front towards the CT. And what the hell is the CT doing? What is he thinking? Why would he walk into the smoke like that? It's ridiculous, Team Moon. These minute plays are going to just harm them in the long run. And I guess with Flex going ahead and taking down Rafa, looks like that Team Moon, they're looking to bring it back a little bit more. Right now, in a 3 versus 4 situation, Team Moon, they've got an important ultimate in their hands, and that is going to be the run it back. The run it back can be used in order to completely clear off a specific site so that the team can move in on top of that ult. And I guess Flex is going to be using that over towards the A side. Maybe he's just going to be using it as a distraction as well. It's going to be the entirety of Force when he's supposed to try and rotate over towards the A side, but oh, Kawaii finds Shivy when he was trying to rotate, and I guess Scargod, he's going to come in with a little bit of a flank of his own. 12 seconds, Team Moon have to go in for the plan, but look at Knight Rider and his vantage point that he has taken up as well towards the task position. It's going to be Scargod to completely delete Flex and Scargod. My god, this guy. I guess the suffix it actually stands to. Scargod.
Honestly speaking, this guy is an absolute beast when he has the confidence on his side. Like, I talked with Scargod, and pretty much he has that mentality whenever he's swinging a corner. I'm the better player. I don't know who you are, what you are, but I'm the one who's going to win the same duel. He's just literally Ferrari peeking down from the side of CT. He just taps Flex in the head, and he just Ferrari peeks Astronaut as well. How do you predict that? How do you counter that, Assassin? Tell me honestly, because if something like that happens to me in a game and I'm like, okay, this guy is an absolute madman. He needs to be sent to the asylum.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's gonna invent a peak of his own. Scar peak. It's gonna leave a scar to your face, that's for sure.
He's probably gonna take that on a note and probably add it to his stream at this stage. Scar, if you're watching this again back in the near future, make sure to add that to your stream highlights. That is
hashtag Scar peak, let's go. But yeah, to be honest, for now, Force for Esports, right? Them being in the lead, Team Moon, they're gonna struggle a little bit, but at the same time, they're just gonna get that easy control towards the C side. They're gonna plant the spike, and I guess Inflex is watching out for the lurks, and I guess he's trying to find some frags. Does find the frag on towards Cargon, so that is going to be the Scar Peak getting taken out. So one of the dangerous guys from the side of Post for Esports getting taken down as well. But Flex on the other hand, how is this guy still alive? What the hell?
How long was Flex alive and what is happening? Everyone's just running around the map. Who's the defender? Who's the attacker? I'm confused at this stage. You need to try going for that spike defuse, but it's already off and over. Astronauts, he's holding them back for so long. RPK's gonna be able to get that kill, but with the time going on down, there's not really enough. The Undisputed has been popped as well from the side of Kawhi. There's nowhere to run and there is nowhere to hide. The C-Day is gonna be able to get that kill, and at this point, RBK, he needs to just pad his stats a tiny little bit, but Kawhi with that Sheriff. That was a beautiful peek coming down from him. He does a Scar peek of his own, being able to shut down RBK before he can even try and take his secondary shot. Beautifully done from their side, but both of these teams, they have clean slates now, moving on down forward to their own pistol run, and with the timeout now going on through for the side of Force One, they're trying to make this happen for themselves. They're trying to understand what they can do to try and take that lead once again for their side, so that they don't lose out on this pistol round. Because you do need to remember, now that they're both on clean slates, yes, they can play whatever they want, or even if they lose out on the pistol round, it's not that big of a deal. But having that first initial lead when you're on that even Steven score line just makes that massive difference when it comes down to the terms of morale. And as we always were saying, down from the very beginning of this map to the very end, it's all about the snowball effect. Once you have the taste of victory, you never want to give that up.
True that, and you know what? I would completely agree to you on that. And I guess with the half concluded, with the half going in a little bit of an equalized situation, right? It's gonna be even Stevens as we move on towards the second half. Now, moving on towards the second half of the game, what I really want to see is what Force for Esports are gonna do on their attack. More than that, what Team Moon are gonna do on their defense, because they're flexing slash heroic moments are over. Their attack side is over now, and Team Force One Esports, they were able to hold on to all three of these sites and win out 6 rounds on their defense. Now, are Moon gonna be able to do the exact same thing, or are they gonna do any better, or is Force One Esports just gonna completely take Team Moon on a journey where Team Moon are gonna be left thinking as to what the hell happened in this second half of the game?
Feeling that this match may just go into overtime. I don't know why. I have that gut feeling that this could happen because of the way Team Moon are playing. They understand that Force One, they love to be aggressive. They love to be defensive on certain specific rounds, and their playstyle is a little bit telegraphed. And understanding that already could just make that difference from their end. Scargod and Flex, they have a little bit of a scrappy fight down towards that seaside angle. But still, they're both going to be able to back off. No damage done from both ends, but a little bit of information gain. And slowly but surely, it's going to be the side of Force One making their way down towards the 8 short sideline. They're going to be opting going for that swing, and Asite, he's holding him down from the top end. And of course, Kawhi is going to be on the other end as well. Flashes are going to be going on through Asite. He has the angle, he has the shots, and he has the crosshair placement on his side. Both coming in clutch. 22 HP. He needs to back on, back out. He just needs to buy enough time for his team. He doesn't need to go in for that peak. He doesn't need to take a fight. But from the sidelines, everyone comes on in, gets those kills, and with the backup already there, it's going to be the side of Team Moon being able to get that first initial pickup down on their pistol round. Basically meaning that with that lead in their favor, they're going to be able to go in for a massive advantage for their end if the side of Force One doesn't want to go in for those force buys.
The Team Moon to be very happy with the performance they put up once again in that pistol round, and these guys should be called as the pistol gods, man, because every single match they go ahead and win out their pistol rounds, and this is, I guess, what the second time they're winning the second half pistol as well after map number 1. So looks really good. A total of 4 pistol wins if I'm not wrong for them, and Force One Esports, they definitely have to uplift their pistol game.
Oh my
god, ACK. Not like there's the Prime Spectre goes skill, and I guess Cargod. He's not gonna be able to do much as well.
Well done. The round just started and it's already over. You would just say mid-sentence, and Asidi is like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna let Assassin finish. I'm just gonna go on and hold my W key and just spam everyone down into the next dimension with my own Spectre in my hand. 6 and 8 on the scorecards already, and that round just started, already over, as we move on down onto the 15th round of this game. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was just an equal round, of course, but you'd expect to get a little bit of value at the bare minimum out of these eco rounds and them not being able to find much whatsoever, not even ultimate points, just goes to show that Team Moon, they mean business and they are gonna take the fight to you no matter what happens in a lot of these matchups, to say the very least. But still, it seems as the first one they want to try and make an issue down towards the side of B. Maybe find that first initial kickoff, maybe make that first initial defense happen. But still, Rafa, he throws out the curveball, and with the B side control already being established, I like from the side of Force One, they understand that hey, they're probably playing the B side as a retake, as they would considering their composition. So we can go down onto the side of B, get a pre-plan for ourselves, and just get back out almost immediately. But no one's holding down to the back end of that smoke. Rafa's gonna be able to shut down one. A Seeger's gun has been picked on up, basically meaning that hey, a little bit of an upgrade for ourselves. And Shivi, he smells Inflix. He's trying to go in for that kill.
For now, Team Moon are looking like they might just be able to pull out the specific retake as well, but unless and until Shivi goes fully ham, it looks like that Flex is just gonna have a drive-by session right now. He just runs and guns every single player down. It's gonna be down to Scargon. He's gonna use up that gravity well as well, and I guess in that gravity well, Astronaut I just get taken down. But at the same time, Flex picks up that Vandal and goes ahead and completely wrecks Scargon. With that, putting up the 9th round of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Moon, they are coming back, and they're coming back hard.
I honestly thought that this would be the home match for the side of Force One, but they're having such a rough time trying to go in for a couple of their own plays down on this map in particular. And I primarily do think that the main problem is they're being way too aggressive in the way they're pushing down a lot of their sites. And that's not what you would expect coming out from them. They are a team that love to be much more control heavy and then opt to go in for aggression. But immediately the push coming down from Rafa and RBK down towards the side of Nectar, it's not something that you would expect. Maybe just go in for that play, immediately just dip back out and run back outside and help Scargot in that scenario. RPK gets caught out, so because of the recon bolt, he's not going to be able to survive. Astronaut from the sidelines just get the first initial kill. Flex on the sidelines, being able to help out his buddy with another one as well. And it's just all but over. 2 versus 5 situation on the map. Shivi's not going to be able to find that kill. Spike's dropped out. Scargot, he's left on his lonesome once again. And it feels as though he's the one now stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Through that. I mean, Scargot is going to hear all of these players coming in from the C-lock position as well. Astronaut is definitely getting taken down, by the way. And the spike is going to be picked up, and I guess he's going to move into the C side. At least if he can just get the spike planted, they're going to get extra 300 creds for this specific round. At least it's going to be something. Something's better than nothing, by the way. Inflix trying to move in and trying to take down Scargot as well. But man, Scargot and his aim, it's something absolutely insane. But Flex, he chimes in from the C-long position. I guess Scargot is going to get caught off guard as well. With that, Team Moon putting up that 10th round on the board. Force One Esports finally had to go in for the bye, and they're just 4 rounds away to tying things up with the scoreboard, right? All Force One Esports have to do is just have a good read as to how exactly Team Moon are just setting up this defense, and a CD on their operator is definitely a bit of a problem.
Honestly speaking, it uses the Flex as Scargot's its kryptonite. Every single time Scargot dies, Flex is on the receiving end. Flex is the person sending all the bullets, and Scargot is on the receiving end of all of it. It does really hurt a little bit, but with that running back already being caught from the side of Flex, he spots out the 2 players. He opted to go in for those shots, and Scargot, once again, just look at his health, and it's just because of Flex. I'm telling you, Flex is Scargot's kryptonite. And every single time, after what happened with that DM, Flex is like, nah, I'm gonna target you, and I'm gonna make you pay for it.
Well, 1:10, and I guess Team Moon definitely know what they're doing for now. Force One Esports, they're gonna have their player that is Scargot, who's gonna be a little bit scarred right now. Has lost a little bit of HP over there while taking that fight, but at the same time, I mean, see, aggressive. I guess Team Moon, their defense is looking a lot better than their attack. Don't you think so? Not because of the fact that they eked out a couple of rounds, but at the same time, their coordination looks a lot better, right? When it comes to making these swift rotations and also getting these trades on the board as well.
I completely agree with you here, because it feels as though Team Moon, they know exactly what the side of Force One are trying to do. Rafa, a little bit questionable when it came down to that crab walk, because if Valorant crab walks are just a little bit too difficult to enjoy and too difficult to use. a CJ with just a chef. He's gonna be able to take down Scargod and also tag down another player. Comes in from the sideline, no scope to the body. Shivi takes a bullet straight through the skull. Flex chimes in from the sideline, gets killed down on RBK as well. And it's already 6 and 11, and it feels as though Force 1, they've dropped the ball. They don't know what to do to try and combat these type of scenarios coming on down from the side of Team Moon. And that's very questionable to say the very least. It feels very disconnected from their end. They're playing it too slow. They should be trying to go in for a lot more heavy executions because they have the composition to do it. They have the Astra in their arsenal. They're not playing for combos. They're playing for gunfights when they should not be doing that whatsoever.
Through that. And I guess Team Moon, right? Slowly but surely learned the fact that Force 1 Esports, their attack strategy is this. All we have to do is come up with a counter, and they have done that specific counter as well. Team Moon are feeling a lot more confident now, and I guess it's all because of the fact that map number 1 bind did not go in their favor, and they have definitely reset themselves. And I'm happy they did. We're just going towards map number 3 as well. That is going to be Ascent. And just to let you know, Ascent is Team Moon's favorite map as well. So looking forward to seeing Team Moon go ahead and win out the specific map against Force 1 Esports so that we can see what they're going to do on the map of Ascent as well.
You never know. Anything's pretty much possible. So both of these teams are holding down the fort as much as they can, but at the same time, the biggest question in my eyes in general would be down to the 6 and 11. What can the side of Force 1 do? What do you think they can do to try and bring it back for their side? I stated before, maybe go in for a couple of fast executions at the very least because they're playing it very slow, but from the side of Team Moon, they're not giving them any form of peaks. And if they're not giving peaks, then maybe just go in for a fast rush. Try and play for the advantages that you do have with your utility to try and bring it back for your side at the bare minimum. But what's your opinion about this? What do you think they can do to try and edge out that win, to bring it down to the even Stevens, and also take it all away for their head?
Force 1 Esports, what they can definitely try and do is, bring a little bit of a randomness in that specific execute. So basically what they're doing currently is just walking straight into the crosses of all of these players from the side of Team Moon, right? And it's becoming a little bit too predictable about their executes as well. What they can try and do is use up that astral abilities in order to maybe pull up a fake and then eventually make your way towards a separate site. And that fake has to be perfect, by the way. And Force 1 Esports, I guess they are having a tough time pulling off these fakes. It is going to be a CT to get taken down, and I guess the player towards the long position that is Kabai is going to be dealt with as well by his nemesis, that is going to be Shivi. Force 1 Esports, it looks like that explosive entry over towards the A side worked out for them, and the spike is going to be planted as well. Looking forward to this 3 versus 3 retake where Team Moon, they have got that advantage a little bit when it comes to the HP. Flex is going to move in and take care of Shivi, who was the planter. And Rafa 3 falls out of the position as well that he was holding on to with the hot. And then it's going to be Flex and Inflex to bounce it on towards RVK together, and that is going to be a match point for Team Moon. What the hell? Team Moon, they're just way too good with their retakes, and I guess Force 1 Esports, it looks like it's over for them, man. Aggressive.
From a 6 and 6 down to a 6 and 12. That's not something that you would have expected coming on down from Force 1's attacking side, because them as a team, on the side of attack, they are an absolute beast, but that's not what's happening here. Knight Rider and Rafa not really having the best of showing when it comes down to what they can do, especially on the map of Haven, because they had a really good plan when it came down to Bind, but when it comes down to Haven, it seems as though their attacking side feels a little bit weak. They're constantly playing at very disadvantageous post-plan positions. They're not playing the way we'd expect, because in that last round in particular, in that 3 versus 3, yes, Shivi, he was planting the spike, but there was no one guarding him. Someone just peeked him from the right-hand side, and Shivi just got popped almost instantly. If someone peeks him from the left, Shivi's still dead. That's something that you would expect coming out from them at the very least. Maybe a little form of backup, but feels as though there's a massive disconnect between the communication of the players of Force 1, and that's what's really hurting them in my eyes in the long run. And this should be Moon's map, because now on this last round in particular, they do not have the full buys on their arsenal. They need to go in for very scrappy buys, with only a few players being able to afford that Vandal. And if they're able to afford it, they need to go in for those half shields. With this technical
to be honest, aggressive don't you think that there's like a massive disconnect coming out from the side of Force One Esports? Like their attack looks a lot disjointed.
Yes, I completely agree with you on that. The disjointed attack is, in my eyes, the primary flaw coming out from them.
So I guess they can try and pretty much work on that as well. And Team Moon, on the other hand, their coordination on the defense is looking top class, top tier as well. Force One Esports got themselves the Cosmic Divide ready, so maybe they can just use that and try and make their way towards the A side. I've got no idea why they're trying to, head up over towards the A side once again. But oh, hold on a second. Just had a quick look at the radar, and it looks like that they're doing something that I, sort of suggested them to as well. Pull off a fake over towards the A side, and then eventually move it over towards C or B. Now the thing is that the fake hasn't been sold over towards the A side properly, and the entirety of Team Moon, they have already made the rotation towards C and Garage. Look at this, man. This is something that I was scared about. Force One Esports. Maybe this is their plan. Maybe they are trying to attract Moon towards Garage and the C side, and then their hit might just move it over towards A or B.
Smart coming out from them, but at the very least, Force One, they're in a pretty tough spot of their own because they need to be the ones to make that move. And I love this slow, methodical playstyle coming on down from the side of the defenders, because now Team Moon, they're in a pretty good spot, but the trades are going to be going on down too quickly. Inflix is going to be able to catch out RPK. Kawhi takes down Chevy, and it's already pretty much over. Down to this 2, make it a 1 versus 1 situation. Knight Rider tries to pick up a gun for himself. He's not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be Kawhi to take him on out. And 6 and 13 on the scorecards, Assassin. And that was a very decisive defensive round coming on down from the side of Team Moon. We're going to be headed into map number 3, and Team Moon, they have their mojo back, and they're taking the fight straight to the doorsteps of Force.
I guess Team Moon, they are just having a really good time now, moving on towards the map of Haven, and they beat Force One Esports on their most favorite map as well. Force One Esports, if you guys do remember, right? I did mention this, that in another tournament, Force One Esports, they kind of had a tough time against JMUD's Esports, and JMUD's Esports, they beat down Force One Esports in the exact same map. That is the map of Haven as well. Map of Haven was the first map, and then eventually we had the rest of the 2 maps as well in that specific tournament match. But yeah, JMUD's Esports, they completely steamrolled Team Force One Esports out of control, and Force One Esports, they struggled a lot. Now, I'm not really sure what's with Force One Esports and their attack and their defense on the map of Haven as well. Their defense is kind of decent, but at the same time, their attack is something that is lacking that I don't know, that spice as well. So I'm not really sure what Force One Esports can do in order to come out stronger on the map of Haven as well, because the pointers we did mention, but at the same time, these are basic stuff and it's confusing.
For sure. Let's head into the match highlights and see what exactly went wrong for the side of Force One, because when you consider their composition, they should have had that advantage, to say the very least, because with all of the utility, the execution should have been very clean. But from a 6 and 6 down to a 6 and 13, it's very shocking, and we're both shocked because that's not something that you would have expected coming out from a team like Force One. Not being able to get a single round on the side of attack. Yeah, maybe on defense, I understand that, but on attack, it's very questionable. And this is primarily due to one very important thing. Yes, Team Moon, they played out of their minds when it came down to their defensive holds, and they were just reading the side of Force One like an open book pretty much at that side. Primarily why? No heavy executions. They were constantly playing it slow, and even when they were going for heavy executions, it felt as though they were not even trying to use the Astro utility and their own surplus utility. For example, the shock darts from Shivi, or even the hot hands coming on down from the side of Rafa to its fullest fruition. And Knight Rider, he had a pretty rough showing as well. He didn't really have enough backup. He was constantly getting killed down on the first initial entry. Not really a lot of information to work with to go in for the first initial entry. Really did cost them everything. It felt as though Force One, they were playing so undecisive when it came down to their own attacking side. They were playing pretty much just 1v5. They're not playing together as a team, causing them to lose out on that run. And Team Moon, they were able to capitalize on those mistakes, and they were able to catch them all pretty much with their own team play and coordination. Well played from the side of Team Moon, and if they're able to get the same level of coordination and team play down to map number 3, Force One, they're going to be in a pretty tough bind, that is for sure.
Absolutely true, man. The map of Ascent, right? It is Team Moon's home ground, and if Team Moon are able to just go ahead and get that momentum right at the bat, and just keep on going with that specific confidence as well. Maybe Force One Esports, they are gonna struggle. For now though, it is gonna be Team Force One Esports to try and reset their minds a little bit and just think as to what exactly went wrong in the map of Haven and not make the same mistakes on the map of Ascent as well.
That is for sure. But still, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of three, so do not forget your favorite teams still have a chance to keep things going for their side. And maybe it's going to be Force One bringing it back after a tough loss on map number 2, or it could be the side of Team Moon being able to go in for that reverse sweep, take it down from a 1-0 to a 1-1 to a 1-2 for their end. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to set up map number 3. But before we do sign on off, make sure to check the links down in the description below to check the discounts that we have set up from our partners. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the like and hit the subscribe button to show your support to the Esports Club so we can bring you fun content and also amazing tournaments like this in the near future. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive with Assassin on his side signing on off, and we're going to be back with you real shortly with map number 3. See you in a bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen, as we are back once again with map number 3 of this very intense matchup of Force One and Team Moon and Assassin. After what happened in map number 1 and now in map number 2, it feels as though there are upsets pretty much everywhere. Force One dropping the ball when it came down to their own attacking half on the map of Haven was a really massive question mark for all of us, and it was an absolute shock. And I'm pretty sure that Team Moon, they're going to be ecstatic. They're going to have the momentum. They're going to have that snowball effect in their favor as we head on down into map number 3. So let's go over to the map video screen and see where we're headed. But Assassin, what do you think that the side of Force One can do to bring themselves back? Because mentally, I do think that they are going to be staggered just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a bruise is definitely going to be there because Haven is one of the really stronger maps, and them losing on the map of Haven as well is gonna put them in a situation where they're gonna be left thinking what exactly happened. Why did we have such a major disconnect? Why such a disjointed attack? That attack was I'm not gonna lie, it was actually not that up to the mark, and it has got to do a lot with their duelists and their entire attack strategy as well. So let's hope that the map of Ascent is going to be better for them. Like Ascent is Team Moon's home ground, and I'm not gonna lie, guys. Let me just quickly tell you guys once again that on the map of Ascent, it's actually Force One Esports to be starting off on the attack. So maybe things are gonna be a little bit too good for them, because see, Ascent is a defense side map. More than that, Force One Esports, they are struggling on their attack. So if they can just eke out a couple of rounds on their attack and then move over towards the defense, come in with a comeback and win out the match against Team Moon, it's going to be good for them. But at the same time, not to forget, Team Moon are starting off on the defense. Being a defense side of map, they are going to have that advantage. They're going to roll with that specific momentum that they had from the previous map as well.
What I like about the matchup this time around is that they're finally going in for that Killjoy and Astra combination. I always talk about the Killjoy and Astra primarily because the lockdown, yes, it's a very powerful ability, but there are a lot of corners where you can hide from it. The Astra, on the other hand, is going to be the character you want to make sure you pull people out of those corners and be like, hey, no, you're going to stay inside of here. It's either you go down towards the other side of the map to dodge this ultimate, or you're going to be one staying in this exact corner and you are going to be the person getting detained. And that's what I like about the side of Force One. If they're able to actually use all of their utility in proper conjunction with one another, and this is going to be a far cry from what happened in map number 2. If they're not able to use their utility properly in conjunction with one another, this is going to be a massive blow coming on down from their end, because Force One, they're known for their team play coordination, and not being able to see that, it's going to be a massive hit to us as casters and also the viewers as well. So a lot of pressure riding on their shoulders to keep momentum, keep their morale up high, because the underdogs, they have the momentum in their favor. And pretty soon, if you let them win out on this first round in particular, I do believe that Team Moon, they're going to be riding high and pretty much going into space past the moon at that stage.
Hashtag to the moon. Well, anyways, it is going to be time for Team Moon to showcase what exactly they can do on their defense as well on the map of Ascent, their home ground. Whereas Force One Esports, they've got an incredible task ahead of them as well. That is to beat down Team Moon and, move forward into the next stage in the TEC Gauntlet Season 1 powered by WD Black and AMD. Once again, a huge shout out to our sponsors as well, WD Black and AMD, for making the TEC Gauntlet Season 1 possible. Without them, you guys wouldn't be seeing all of this jazz in front of your screens as well. So definitely support them, buy their products using the link down in the description below. And we're going to be jumping straight in towards the matchup as well. So moving on towards the pistol round now. I guess that aggressive, I might be wrong, but I am expecting Force One Esports to win this. I know, I myself called Team Moon as the pistol gods, but I don't know. I'm having a gut feeling that Force One Esports might walk away with the pistol.
Especially if Nitro gets this fortunate to pick off down from an aggressive push towards that A long sideline, but he's not actually going for that push. He's just pulling it down, trying to see if he can find at least a bare minimum of one player, but it seems as though he's not going to be opting to go for it. Backs on off, slowly but surely making his way down towards the side of mid, trying to clear out Garden. Very slow and systematic from the side of Force One. And I really like this because they understand that, hey, we cannot take the pistol rounds lightly. These pistol rounds are very crucial for us, primarily because of one reason. Because if we're able to win this one out, we'll have the morale back in our side. we're going to be the ones dictating the pace of the matchup in the following fights. That's what they need. That's what they need on their side to make that little bit of a difference. And it's going to be Rafa with the first initial opening kill, but from the back of the side, Flex, he's holding down the fort. The flash goes on through. It's going to be able to catch out 2 players, but Flex is not going to be able to find out more than 1 probably. Acetes comes in as a backup. Flex is able to survive. RBK from the sideline, so he's going to be able to take down a couple from the back end as well. Knight Rider chimes in with his own killer with the last member remaining, Big Astronaut. Will it be the person to go into space is the real question. He's able to find something out at the bare minimum, but RBK, he has his phone number. He has a turret on his side as well. 11 seconds left on the clock. They need to make the difference right here. The shot goes on through Astronaut. He tries to go in for a play, but RBK, his brain is just bigger than his. 0-1 on the scorecards for the side of Force One, ladies and gentlemen. As you just stated, Assassin, that gut feeling of yours was right on point.
Well, all right then. You guys can definitely hire me as your mascot if you guys do things so that I'm lucky. But anyways, keeping that aside, man, Force One Esports, that actually went down the wire. It was a 1 versus 1. Could have gone either ways, but at the same time, what I think is that Astronaut made a little bit of a mistake. He shouldn't have gone in for the smoke. He should have just held the angle. Could have actually won out that fight against RVK. Shouldn't have been the round for Force One Esports in my opinion, but at the same time, my gut feeling, it definitely stands true, and Force One Esports are going to be walking away with the pistol. Now, with that pistol victory, Force One Esports, they no longer have got that confidence back. They're also going to be looking a lot better in terms of the weapons. Let's see if Team Moon with their upgraded pistols are going to be able to make a change in this specific round. It's going to be Kawhi to just, rush into the side and then to try and get that right click in.
Already the push going on through. Knight Rider is like, I hold W, I hold S, I just shoot my gun and I just go ahead and kill. That's pretty much the only thoughts I'm pretty sure that was going in through Knight Rider's head, and he was able to find it all. The Spectre is just that strong and those vicinities. RBK peeks the corner and is going to be able to catch out Astronaut. Takes him on out, and this just could be a flawless round coming on down from the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen. Force One, they are running out of the gates with a bang, and they're just busting down all the doors of the side of Team Moon.
For now, things have taken a little bit of a slower approach, and I guess Force One Esports, despite having that advantage, they're actually not going in for this duel, and finally they're all gonna move in. There you go, there you go. It is gonna be Force One Esports to put up that second round of the board. Inflix, he did try, but at the same time, it was just too tall a task to ask for. 4 people just rushing down onto you, not at all possible. We have to pull it off as well, right? Force One Esports, they've got themselves a very, very important ultimate ready, aggressive. If you wanna address the elephant in the room, it is gonna be Mr. Phoenix having the runner back ready from the side of Force One Esports. So Force One Esports can actually move over towards the B side, on top of that ultimate as well.
Love the fact that Force One, they're playing much more based upon the utility, and this is so crucial as well. If they're able to play a lot more around the running backs and of course the killjoy lockdowns, that's basically the thing that they need to win out on a lot of these rounds. Don't rely on your gunfights. Rely on the utility that you have in front of you. Get those ultimate points, get those kills, and make sure to die out on rounds where you need to have a little bit of an ult in your favor. But CT is actually going to whip that shot down onto Knight Rider. He's going to be able to survive, but CT is surviving with his life for just a little while longer. Gets tagged down to 30 HP because of the hot hands coming on through. But Rafa, he's just like, I'm going to hold W, I'm going to make that push happen. But Inflix, he doesn't miss those shots. He is the anchor of this B side, and he's not going to give up a single damn move going on through. RVK from the sideline is going to be able to shut down another one onto a CK. Scargo gets that kill down on Inflix, gets traded on out, but RVK, he's still alive, he's still kicking, and he's making that difference happen. And from the back end of side, he needs to go in for that peak. Rafa trying to hold down the fort from the side of mid. Knows for a fact that one member is inside of spawn, and one member is holding on down from the back end of the CT entrance down towards the side of B. The plant is already gone on down, and in this 2 versus 3 retake, it's gonna be quite difficult for the side of Team Moon to go in for it, but still, they seem to want to go in for a try.
Oh, Kawhi is not going to spot anyone out with that recon dart because everyone is just in there hiding holes. That is going to be Rafa to peek out with that crouch approach and get that instant headshot registered onto the face of Kawhi. With him getting taken down, it was down to Astronaut, and I guess Astronaut is not going to be able to do much as well. Oh man, Force One Esports are going to get that third round of the board, and I guess Team Moon, their full buy round, it surely doesn't work out for them as Force One Esports with nothing but their bonus weapons are going to be able to put up that third round on the board as well. I guess Force One Esports is doing something what Team Moon did to them.
Very decisive, and very calculated. That's exactly what the side of Team Moon were doing when it came down to their own attacking sides, and now they're just giving them a taste of their own medicine at this stage. But at the same time, now look at this round in particular. Flex, he's trying to be a little bit cheeky, making that push happen. Shibi holding him down from the right hand side corner. With the Outrun coming in soon enough, and Flex, he wants to go in for that peek. He wants to go in for that swing. He wants to go in for a kill, but he's not going to be able to find it. Instead, it's going to be Scarboard and RBK getting a kill each. One on the other side of the map. Scarboard with a double kill for himself. And Rafa, beautifully done. Get those ultimate points. Get as much economic advantage in your favor. So ultimate point advantage in your favor. Knight Rider is going to be able to get another kill down onto the Sova. Takes him on out. Rafa shuts down Inflix. Knows for a fact he's just lurking around down towards his B side. Flawless round coming on through for the side of Force 1, ladies and gentlemen. And the Force has literally awakened. That's pretty much what happens. 0-4 on the scorecards, running out of the gates at full speeds. It's going to be the side of Force 1 taking the lead on their side. But still, they need to be careful because now it's going to be the second Byron coming on through for the side of Team Moon.
The Force 1 Esports, they've got that Killjoy's ultimate as well, right? The lockdown can be placed on towards either of the sides, and that execute can be made as well. So you guys can probably watch out for Force 1 Esports moving in towards the B side. Team Moon, they should have made this analysis, and they should have stacked a little bit more players over towards the B side as well, in my opinion. Because for now, though, despite the fact that they do have 2 more players, Asite, he has to come in with a flank, or he can just move towards the markets and help out Flex a little bit as well. Flex is going to be dropping in that hot hands, and I guess that's going to delay the push a little bit more for Force 1 Esports. But more than that, I guess it is going to be time for Team Moon to monitor the radius, and one player is already going to be detained. And I guess that greed from the side of Force 1 Esports might just, give them a little bit of a problem, because the Asite has already come in to help out the Phoenix, who is detained. And both of them, the detained period is going to be over. It's going to be time for Rafa to get himself a couple of kills, but no. 3 players getting spotted over towards the Marcus position, and I guess Knight Rider is going to use that Blaze Storm in order to double draft up and get himself some frags as well. But instead is going to receive a bullet to the face.
It's a pretty tough spot for the side of Force 1, but at the same time, look at RBK's position. He's in the prime spot to get a couple of kills of his own, but Astronaut, he spelled out RBK. You know exactly where he is, and now Shibi down with only 15 HP and 3 angry members running on down towards him. This is going to be the round going on favor towards the side of Team Moon, and at the same time, a little bit too aggressive from the side of Force 1 as well. Rafa opting to go in for a swing down onto the side of Market, knowing for a fact that the Phoenix is holding there and that he will have some form of backup because he was the one getting detained, was a massive question mark for me. And just because Rafa died in that scenario, that basically meant that, hey, the defenders, are going to be the ones at the advantage. They just rushed on down into the side and just took everyone out like it was absolutely nothing.
Yeah, finally, I mean, Team Moon putting up the performance that we all were looking forward to. Force 1 Esports, they are definitely not going to be happy, but at the same time, there was a little bit of a problem coming in from Force 1 Esports, right? Their afterplan positions were kind of really, really iffy. It looks like that Asita is going to be double drafting up, and he's going to use the Blade Storms as well. I guess Asita, he bought the weapon for someone else, and he's currently using the Blade Storms for himself.
Pretty smart play from Asite to try and stabilize his team as well as himself, and we know how dangerous he can be when he has that Blade Storm in his hand. So if he can use it down properly, if he can make that difference for his team, no harm, no foul, make sure your teammates have the biggest advantage to keep things going for their side. But the outroad, just saw spot him out. RBK, he's just walking on down into the side. He's probably gonna be able to get 1 kill, but Flex, he spells him and shoots a bullet into his head to take him on out already. And Scargo, slowly but surely, he's making that work happen. He's making that difference, and he's gonna be able to get that first initial pick off. Good micro just down onto Kawaii, and with the ultimate now getting popped, Flex, he's gonna be opting to go in for that swing. He's not gonna be able to just yet. The gravity was beautifully played, but the flash goes on through. Flex doesn't know what's up. He peeked in too early. Rafa with a beautiful spray transfer. He's actually gonna be able to get out too. Astronaut from the back of sight. He's still holding it down. He's holding down that forward, but Scarlord, he's hunted for him. He's going for that peak. And with a beautiful recon coming out from the side of Shibi as well, he's gonna be able to wall back Astronaut into the next dimension. Last remaining flamer. It's gonna be Inflix, but his flicks are just too good.
Well, let's see if Inflix is going to be able to pull this off. A 1 versus 3. He's already isolated himself into a 1 versus 2 as well. Has to find out where the rest of the 2 players are. For now, though, he might have an idea that someone is holding close to the green boxes. So he's going to try and go for the pick, but it's going to be Scargod, the aim boss in the server right now, who's going to go ahead and take him down as well. Definitely an aim boss, by the way, because this guy has got some real clean locks. And when I say locks, they're all to the face.
Completely agree with you. This guy is just on form today, and I believe that every single member coming on down from the side of Force One, when it comes down to their raw mechanical skill, they're feeling themselves. They're not missing many shots. All of them are constantly being able to win out on their gunfights, but the main thing that they're losing out on from time to time is their team play and strategy. That's what happened in map number 2, and this is not what's happening in map number 3. This is really good from their end. They were able to stabilize themselves after what happened in map number 2, because primarily a lot of other teams, they're gonna feel very demoralized. They're gonna feel as though we cannot do this. What happened in map number 2, they will dwell on that fact, but for the side of Force One, they're like, nah, it's fine. Everything does happen. We're gonna be able to come on back. But Flex instead is gonna be the one to make that difference. He just pulled and sent himself down from the side of mid. He's actually gonna be able to kill 2 people. What just happened there, Assassin? I don't even know.
Well, I am as surprised as you are, Mr. Aggressive. But for now, though, it is going to be team mode to have that mad advantage. And Astronaut playing aggressive towards the mid links as well. He's going to hear some footsteps as well of the players trying to go over towards the A side. But Night Rider has got that aggressive possession. The C-Ray is not going to check the corner. Good night, as C-Ray says, Night Rider. As with 40 seconds after the clock, Influx is going to be the only point of defense towards the A side. He's going to hear all of these players moving in as well. Night Rider does get that frag on towards Kawhi, and Influx! He lands a shot on towards Kargod. The aim boss is going to get taken down by the aim boss on the side of Team Moon. And oh my god! Influx, it looks like that he got a little bit too hurt when I said Kargod is the aim boss of the server. Maybe Influx wants to prove me wrong. Maybe he wants me to reiterate myself as in... Wow, never mind. He's gonna go ahead and do that. He's gonna try and place a trap as RVK finds him. And in a 1 versus 1 situation with 10 seconds left on the clock, RVK can still make this happen. This can still go into the favor of Force One Esports. But I want Astronaut to show us something insane. Is he gonna be aware of the fact that RVK is still towards the under rafters position? Or is he gonna be scratching his head as to where exactly RVK is? Did he just walk in towards a short position? Is he gonna come in from the heavens position? Astronaut clearing out the under rafters as well. Oh my god, no, not like this. He's gonna go in for the smoke, and I guess it's gonna call off guard. And it's gonna be RVK to win out that fight. Ladies and gentlemen, a 1 versus 1 played right. Give it up for RVK. As Team Force One was gonna be putting up that 6th round of the board, and I guess Team Moon, it was a really, really good eco round for them as they were able to bring it down to a 1 versus 1.
That was absolutely insane. RVK, this guy is the clutch minister for the side of Force One. That is for sure. And we dubbed him the clutch minister previously as well. I still do remember. RVK, he has the clutch gene in him. Doesn't matter what scenario he said, I let it be a 1 versus 3. Let it be a 1 versus 5 pretty much. He's gonna be the guy you wanna watch every single time to bring out a clutch for his own team. And here in this round, he does not fail to impress. He finds it all out, but still, you have to give it to Inflict because that was an eco round. And on that eco round, they get so much value. And just as the next round starts, it is going to be Kawhi being able to shut a person down with his own ultimate. And with that first initial pickoff, this is going to be a massive hit for the side of Force One, ladies and gentlemen, because now, without any Sova, the side takes have just gotten even harder for them.
Yeah, there's going to be no information whatsoever as well. I guess Team Moon, they are going to go ahead and capitalize on top of that. It's going to be Astronaut to get himself one. I guess the flashes are not going to work into the favor of Team Force One Esports as Astronaut finds himself another one out towards RVK. Team Moon putting up the second out of the board and an amazing hold towards the A side.
What I really loved about that dodge coming on down, not a dodge really, that play coming on down from the side of Astronaut was that, yes, he was not able to dodge the flash. He was not ready for the fact that the Phoenix was pushing on down from the side of A short, but instead, he opted to go for controlled burst into that one specific angle, and Rafa thought that, hey, maybe Astronaut actually dodged the flash. That's why he's actually going in for controlled burst instead of the full-on spray. And that moment of hesitation coming out from Rafa caused this confusion to happen. RVK wanted to go in for that swing. He was the one to get taken on out. And yes, the trade did happen, but in the long run, that really did not help them out whatsoever. But now, with that play going on through, it's going to be 2 and 6 on the scoreboard for the side of Team Moon. And with the Killjoy lockdown already going on down as well, and no 100 speed from the side of Kawhi, that's a free lockdown. And at this stage, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but the gravity wall's not being present. The gravity wall's in the wrong side. He could have pulled out 2 players and got them detained, but only 1 player got detained from their back end. RBK's gonna be able to shut down another one, but with that double peek down, holding it down from the back end, Astro tries to go in for the shot. Night Rider knows exactly where he is, but he couldn't right click down in time. But in the long run, no harm, no foul. 3 versus 4 situation, the plant has already gone down, and the 100 Fury is there for the side of the attackers.
Inflix is holding on over towards the Raptors position as well. He's just going to quickly jump in. He's going to try and drop in that Cyberkid so that he can just sit inside of that and stick the defuse as well. But at the same time, tons and tons of utilities coming out from the side of Force 1 Esports, ladies and gentlemen. As Inflix does get the frag out towards Rafa. There is RBK to get the trade out towards Astronaut, but at the same time, there's little to no time left. And I guess there's a little to no chance for Team Moon to get the third round on the board as well. Force 1 Esports on towards the next round with the scoreboard reading the score 7-2. And I guess Flex is finally going to get taken down as well. And with that, the entirety of Team Moon's economy is going to be taken down as well.
I like the play from Shivy. Shivy's like, hey, only Flex is somewhere behind us because he's not pushing us down from the angle of a main. Basically mean that, hey, I need to go in for a small pre-fire, keep Flex guessing, and then going in for a hard swing. Got that kill, shut him on down. And at the same time, that post-run was just so clean as well. All of the members understood that, hey, we have a ton of utility. We have shock dart lineups. We have the Hunter's Fury. We have the Gravity Wells. We can stop the plant pretty much before it can even start. And that's exactly what they did. Understanding what they needed to do, they made that difference happen. They found it all for their side. But at the same time, they did invest a lot of utility in that round as well. Maybe the Hunter's Fury was not as important when you have those shock dart lineups. So in the long run, that could hurt them. But at the same time, they're going to be happy to win that round, get that lead for their side even larger. Because now down to this 2-7 scorecard, this is where they need to make their stand. And if they're able to make this lead go on down to a 9 and 10-2 at the bare minimum, Force 1, they're going to be in a comfortable spot to go down onto their own defensive.
For now, Team Moon, right, they're trying to come in with that flank as well. And oh, look at Flex. Scargod, is he aware of this? I don't know. I don't think so, because from the other side of the wall, you really can't hear anything, right? And again, RVK is going to get taken down. He's going to pay the price as well. And Rafa is just going to be stuck inside of that specific gravity well, but still finds himself a double and a triple. What the? Never mind. You know what? Force 1 Esports, these guys are just way too good on that attack on the map of Ascent. And I guess it's the high time that they go ahead and you know, reiterate their words. They absolutely can't call Haven their favorite map now. It's definitely gonna be Ascent.
Just happened in that round. Raph was like sliding around all over the place. Scar got a little bit of miscommunication, but that miscommunication kind of helped him at the same time because Rafa just peeked that corner faster than the speed of light. We had a Scar peak, but this is a gravity peak. Gravity will just pull him away from the other side of the generator, close by, and he was just like, hey, I could go in for 2 easy kills with that Phantom Spray. Does find it all. Well played coming on down from the side of Force to take it all away. And this time around, Kawhi, he tries to be a little bit too aggressive, and he does pay the price for it with his life. 2-8 on the scorecards as well, with Astronauts so low on HP. They have nowhere to run at this point. They need to try and get some value out of this eco round. They need to try and win this out. Yes, it's an eco. It's gonna be hard, but they need to find that Inflix. What is up with this guy and his deagle today? Assassin, how many deagle headshots has he gotten in this entire set?
Well, it looks like that the Sheriff is just way too good, and in the right hands, it turns out to be a hand cannon.
Spike
CT
planted.
right now is gonna pick up the Vandal, and I guess he's gonna try and move it over towards the A mains, and maybe find the frag, but never mind. Oh, RVK was just behind his own turret. This is something that you are not supposed to do. And whoa, Asite. I thought that he spotted out the jet as well. What was he trying? Did the X play tricks with me?
I don't think so. Probably the X-ray just played tricks with you, but at the same time, I think that the CT was shocked that, wait, why did I get a kill on the Killjoy? That should not have happened whatsoever. And now, with the push going on down forward, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be quite interesting to say the very least. 2-9 on the scorecard now, with a lot more issues going on down for the side of Team Moon, because the defensive hold going on down for their end is not really working out in their favor. And Knight Rider, he's playing mind games at this stage. He's pulled out an operator. He wants to go in for a swing down towards the side of A main, maybe getting a kill for himself. The running back has been popped as well from the side of Flex. He wants to try and go in for a kill, but he's probably not going to be able to find it. Gets tagged on out. Not really a lot of information found whatsoever. He's just running on away. Force 1, they don't want to give any form of advantage away, but still, Flex, he gets a lot of information that three members are actually holding on down from the side of A main. So this may be the cue that the side of Team Moon need to make that push down from the side of mid, make that difference for themselves, because they are lacking when it comes down to the map control department. And it is the side of Force One being able to control a lot of their engagement. But at the same time, look at the position of Flex. He's holding out from the side of Wine. And this Wine position could be the thing that makes it or breaks it for the side of Team Moon.
Now though, it is going to be combined to take that early engagement, but at the same time, Flex has given up his position, and that was a mistake. Rafa, on the other hand, on the hot hand, he's going to try and get something done. Kawhi does play aggressive inside of that smoke, but pays a really, really heavy price for that. Now, Team Moon, not only do they have a man advantage, they've already lost two of their very, very important players in the round. Post-1 Esports, we're going to be seeing them putting down that lockdown towards the A side, and they might just go ahead and wait out for a few seconds. And then eventually moving over towards the A side as well for this execute. Site is holding towards the back of the rafters, and I guess he might just be able to get a frag on towards Cargo.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh no!
Player standing. 10 seconds left.
I'm as shocked as you, Assassin. Let's just not talk about it. He was AFK. We didn't see anything. Moving on forward. That round in particular was very difficult to say the very least as well. Force One's going to be able to find it all the way. Inflix, he's going to be good with the Sheriff, but it seems as though it's not just going to be enough to try and get them the win in this round in particular. 2-10 on the scorecards already. And Assassin, I'm pretty sure you're still shocked. Can I hear your voice, my man? Because it feels as though you're on the wrong side of the world at this point.
No, I'm not going to speak. Nope, not going to comment on that. Let's just forget that happened. Why did we even show that in the instant replay? But yeah, man, it's like, Asite, not like this. Your team needs you the most right now. You absolutely cannot afford to whiff, and I guess it's just the day where, you know, all the rights they convert into wrongs. Like, we predicted that Moon might have a really, really good time on the map of Ascent because it's their home ground, and right now they're struggling. On the map of Haven, we expected Force1 Esports to do really, really good because it's kind of their home ground. But they struggled on that and they lost. It's just, you know, it's a tipsy. It's a little bit of a topsy-turvy match for sure. My bad, not tipsy.
It feels as though whenever I cast a game and one team has their favorite map in the map pool, they always lose out on their favorite map, and they always lose out and they always win out on their opponent's favorite map. This happens every single time, and that just blows my mind, honestly speaking. But at the same time here, it feels as though for the side of Team Moon, they're the ones at the advantage. They got the first initial little bit of damage. They understand that, hey, we can establish a little bit of mid control for ourselves as well. But with that alarm bot now giving up all of the information and giving up all of the positions for coming out from the side of Force, for the side of Force 1, sorry, they're gonna be in a pretty good spot. But that recon ball, absolute value, spots out 5 players, and they know for a fact that the Sova is holding on down from the back outside. The grappling wall goes on through. Beautiful right kick straight to the face. RBK on one side, Shimmy on another. This is gonna be a Mexican standoff between all of these players. RBK and Shimmy, the defenders of the B side, able to shut down 4 players before they finally go one down. Rafa with another slap to the face with that ghost in his hands, gonna be able to shut down the Omen. And with that, it's already 2-11. I thought this pistol round was gonna be going in favor of the side of Team Moon, but it feels as though Force 1 and their defensive hold is just too strong on this one.
To be honest, I thought that maybe Team Moon are gonna have that advantage when we move on towards the second half pistol round. But it looks like that, as I said, everything is just going different. And whatever we predict, it's not the exact same turn of events as well. But anyways, Force1 Esports, they're on to 11, and maybe they're just on to 12 as well, because they are going to be having the better weapons here. Team Moon, they should have gone in for the Force here instead of the Sheriffs. In my opinion, they should have gone for the Spectres and whatnot. They don't have rounds in their favor aggressive, and they need to come up with something, some sort of a counter.
Shares can work out in their favor, but at the same time, they need to make it happen. They're playing it too slow. This is what's really hurting them. They need to go in for a rush on these ecos. They need to be decisive in what they want to do, but it feels as though there is no decisive nature, in what they want to try and make happen. The classic shots reign supreme coming on down from the side of Inflix, but it's not really going to be able to find out much more than that. RBK from the sidelines is going to be able to get 2 kills as well, pushing on down from the side of Tiles. But that's pretty much it. Rafa spots down 1. The Sheriff's not going to be raining in 2 for the side of Kawhi, though. If the run and gun does happen, he wants to go in for a knife. But Kawhi's like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Rafa, you can have the knife for yourself. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, he says, but he does not hit those shots with that Sheriff. Gets taken on down. A little bit of a comical moment for both of these teams. Force One playing a little bit of a mind game against their side. And Rafa's like thinking, should I have actually gone for a knife or should I have actually killed him with my gun? But in the long run, 2-12, match point for the side of Force One. One more round to try and take it all away and take the tournament dreams away, from the side of Team Moon. Or will it be Team Moon making the miracle happen, winning out on 10 consecutive rounds, going into overtime, bringing the win for their side? Never mind.
For now, though, it is going to be RVK to get that entry as well. And I guess Team Moon, they're going to lose their Cypher to a very, very aggressive Sentinel from the side of Force One Esports. Because RVK is kind of triggered as well. He's like, let's just get done with this. Force One Esports, with that advantage, they might just be looking for a lot more information, and Rafa is in trouble, by the way. Never mind. He has got this. He's definitely got this, except for the fact that he has to get that frag by sacrificing Mr. Scargod. But anyways, for now, though, things have suddenly taken a little bit of a turn, right? Down to a 3 versus 3 situation with a minute left on the clock. We are going to be seeing Team Moon with that advantage, both in terms of man as well as, I guess, HP as well. Because look at RVK, he's kind of barely surviving right now. But oh, never mind. The spike is going to be in the favor of Force One Esports. And that is going to be the lockdown put down by RVK. He's going to be like, you know what? This is the last round. Anyways, I'm just gonna do everything. I'm just going to use my lockdown. I'm going to delay as much as possible. The players on the side of Team Moon, of course. And we are going to be getting this victory against Team Moon, 13-2.
Thing is, they need to make this push happen and they need to be quick about it. But considering the positions of the defenders, they have this entire side covered. Even if they get the spike back, they're not going to be able to go in for a plant in time because look at the positioning of Shivi. Shivi's holding it down from the back and the shotguns are going to be raining on it. The question is, will they be able to get the plant in time? They're going to be able to find it. The shots rain on through, but he's not going to be able to find the wall bang though at the plant just in the nick of time as well. They're going to be going on down to a 2 versus 2 situation. I don't think that RVK should have opted to play it too safe. If he just wasted a little bit more time, maybe went in for a jiggle and maybe going for that first initial headshot, it could have been the difference maker. But it seems as though the clutch could just be very much possible. Flex is going to be able to take down one, but Chibi with a first initial headshot is going to be able to take down Astronaut from the back end. Flex will be down from the side. Will he be able to find it? You know he is not. Instead, it's going to be Chibi with a good, well-placed shot straight through the head of Flex. 2-13, but Assassin, that round was way too close for comfort. I thought that Force One nearly lost that one out because of the passive play coming on out from the side of RBK.
Okay, that is done.
Through that, I mean, he put down the lockdown as well, and I guess he was like, you know what, we can just chill around, guys. We can just wait for the players from Team Moon to move in and try and retrieve the spike as well. And that round, it could have actually gone into the favor of Team Moon as well. But luckily, Force One Esports, they got it, and it's going to be 13-2 on the board. Kind of a disappointing scene for Team Moon, but at the same time, happy for Force One Esports that they were able to get that confidence back. They were able to make that insane comeback into the specific best of 3 as well.
Is for sure. We're going to be heading into the match highlights to try and break down not just this map, but also the entire set, because this has been a long set. It was a 2-1 victory for the side of Force One, but they had to work really, really hard for it. But looking at the scorecard, honestly, Assassin, RVK on this Killjoy, he had such a massive field day. 21-7. He was just popping heads everywhere. And honestly speaking, I have to say the biggest MVP in my eyes has to be Scargod. He had a very low-key showing throughout the entire game, but where he was able to win out constantly was his utility usage. Like you saw the gravity walls coming on throughout the entire map, and his entire team was able to play around it. Every single utility used by him was used for a perfect reason. Some form of damage came on through at the bare minimum, a little bit of displacement, some people were slowed on down, and that was what we would expect coming on down from an Astra Killjoy combination. And this is why whenever the Astra is picked up in European or any region play, it's always the Killjoy and not the Cypher, primarily because you have much more combo potential in that way. And Force One, they have it all under the bag. They can bring it all back for their side. And from the side of Team Moon, once again, I need to bring back to the point where they need to update themselves into the current meta, because them playing that Omen, yes, it's very powerful, but on the map of Ascent in particular, when you have that Astra, it's a completely different ball game. You have a lot more to play with, and you have a lot more ways to completely bamboozle your opponents.
That's absolutely true, man. And of course, for esports, I love the fact that they went ahead and took that map in style as well. The map of Ascent. We had a big conversation regarding this as well. The team mood, how exactly they can go ahead and win out the specific best of three as well, with them beating Force One Esports on the map of Haven. But yeah, it looks like the team Force One Esports, they've absolutely got it, and they're going to go ahead and wreak havoc on towards Team Moon. And with that, they are going to be moving on towards the next stage of the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen as well. Man, what a best of three! This is the first time, I guess, we are moving in towards the Desata map as well. When we did cast the rest of the rest of the 2 days as well, right? We actually were not able to move in towards the Desata map because all of these matches were just a quick 2-0. And here we are today, dragging it to the third map as well. So definitely a very, very good match coming out from both of these teams. Congratulations, Force One Esports, once again. At the same time, hard luck, Team Moon. It's completely fine. You guys have got this. I hear some spicy organizational changes coming in your way as well. So looking forward to that. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys come out a lot stronger in the next qualifiers of the TC Gauntlet season number 1 as well.
Make sure to catch them on next month's Gauntlet. But still, that's going to be all that we have for you today. And this was a really long set, to say the very least. But don't worry, we have a lot more spicy matchups coming on for you in the next set of games that are going to be happening out real soon. So make sure to grab your popcorn, and also make sure to check the links down in the description below to see what suits your fancy for your next big upgrade, because we have a lot of discounts set up for you from our partners. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by Assassin, signing on off for now, and we're going to be catching you next time with the TC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and Endurance.